Just got a text from Portnoy. Mm-hmm. Somehow, I just realized that old guy at Indy was you.
There was fucking
great.
2 blogs about it on his site yesterday.
That's one of the most important things I've ever heard in my life. You got it cool, obviously.
Hey, sometimes things slip through the cracks.
That's why it was so great. I'm telling you, nobody knew.
Somehow, I just realized that old guy at Indy was you.
Ty just informed me. I knew it looked exactly like it, but it was the same mask from the music video.
The Six Flags?
Six Flags. That's what I'm side by side. I think it is.
It's the guy that started the Depp.
Yeah, the guy
Yeah.
who invented the Depp.
I think
I
it is the
started the
exact
deck.
same one. I think it is.
Pretty excited about it. Good for me.
Good for you, man.
That was cool.
Here we go. Welcome to Heartland Radio 2.0. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana, recording at the MyBookie.ag studio as always. Go to MyBookie.ag right now and enter your promo code Heartland to get a $1 match on your first deposit up to $1,000.
Wow.
But act now, because that offer is not going to be around forever. It's going away soon.
I just because it's a random fucking Tuesday, I just put 2 bets in on tennis and 7 in on Champions League.
You, sir, are a beast.
Big
Betting
tennis
on
soccer
tennis.
guy.
Beast, degenerate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure going to lose because I don't know if Joe Willie Songa is even still good at tennis.
Oh, yeah, he is. He is.
That'd probably help, by the way.
That I don't know.
That you know nothing about it. Yeah, that'll probably help you.
How does spreads work? Like, what's a typical spread in a fairly
just-
competitive match in tennis?
It's just it's the money line. It's just like they're like
it's just money line?
Yeah, it's just
Oh.
like minus 120 or like,
So it's like hockey.
Yeah,
Puck
yeah.
lines.
In a fairly competitive.
it's not like plus 1.5 sets or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
I don't.
Betting tennis. I love you so much.
He's the dumbest dude on earth.
You're not betting the World Series?
Huh?
You're not betting the World Series?
No.
Just tennis. Okay.
Today's just tennis and Champions League.
The World Series is so unpredictable. You never know if somebody's going to get a hot bat. You never know.
Because there's a fine line. Like football, I actually like pay attention to a lot and know a lot about, so I'm confident betting that. The World Series, I know a lot about, but I don't know a lot about. If that makes sense.
I enjoy
So
it.
that's a dangerous gambling.
What about like prop
atmosphere.
bets, though?
I could do that.
I enjoy getting tweets from people.
Yeah.
They're like, I followed Diggs' lead, and they screenshot it.
Yeah.
And it's just like red dots.
It's always losers.
It's just always
No one's ever screenshotted a fucking winning ticket and thanked me.
Nope. It's always the loud losers that are pissed off at Diggs, and I enjoy it. 'Cause I love it because they're like, they're complaining about losing money. Like, yeah, that's Diggs every day. Though.
Yeah.
Who are you complaining to? Right now? The guy.
It's called gambling, guys. If it was easy, everyone would fucking do it, okay?
When you win, you feel like you got the biggest dick on earth. Ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
Roll yourself at MyBookie.ag. Right now.
It is so much fun, though.
It is so much fun. Gail, there's nothing in the world that's like it. Like the adrenaline you get from watching something that you have money on.
Oh, yeah. You can gamble on anything, and it's the greatest game ever.
Like back in the day, we would have bet on gladiators, right?
Yeah,
sure.
We would have been
They
up
were
there.
probably
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Loaf
yeah.
of bread,
Oh, yeah.
sheep.
Probably
Cow.
they probably
Daughter.
do duels. Oh yeah.
Yikes.
I love putting up the farmer's daughter.
Romans times.
It's going to be interesting because if I do get back into professional sports, I'll have to cease
Yeah.
Gambling.
in gambling.
Sure.
And it's going to be interesting because then I'll actually have a team in the race.
Right.
And it'll be,
Yeah. Wouldn't be fair then.
well, you can't. It's literally Pete Rose kind of.
At this point, now that you're this far in, do you think that's the only thing that would stop you from gambling?
Yes. If I get signed to a professional sports team and I am not, I wouldn't be morally and legally not allowed to gamble.
Sure.
I think that's the only thing that gets me out of not gambling anymore because I don't know how people watch without having anything on a game. Like I don't know how you have. I even bet on the Colts to hit the over this past week because I knew we were going to have to be at the game and I wanted to actually cheer for the Colts. And it's like I like the Colts, yeah, but if we really want to cheer for them, like. I'd like to win something too. I'd like to win something too if we're here.
Yeah.
So I'm screaming at the top of my lungs in the fourth quarter to
I
score.
did feel bad rooting against Vinny for that same reason.
Yeah.
I had the under, and he helped me out tremendously. But I
Couple
was
missed extra points. Got nicked some money
Listen,
real
when
quick.
it comes to gambling, you have no friends. There's only the points.
He's so nice. He's been nice to me every time I met him.
I feel
He's
like
got
you
no
jinxed
business
him.
being nice to me, and he is.
I feel like you jinxed it.
You should thank his groin, not him.
Yeah. because he would have got the record for sure.
I feel like it's an Italian thing. The Italians sticking together there.
Speaking of Italians,
You think?
Oh yeah.
kicker from the Falcons, straight out of fucking Milan.
Oh yeah.
Lefty.
Papa Giorgio. Papa Giorgio Tavecchio down there.
That's great for all my brands.
How does Dan Quinn?
Yeah,
He sends him out there for a 56-yarder with 2 minutes left in the game.
he knew his defense was going to give up a touchdown.
By the way, that's insane to do that. A brand new kicker, too. Just signed him. Here we go. Hey, cuz, welcome to Hotlanta. You're going to get cut if you miss this, by the way. Drains it. That was awesome. Good for Tavecchio.
Well, how about Bosher, too, the punter? He had to switch sides.
Oh, yeah, that's very difficult. A lot of people don't think about that as being an actual difficult. It is an actual difficult thing. I'm not sure I could hold for a lefty. I had to do it one time for Kevin Kelly coming out of Penn State, and I tried my best, but it is not. It's a whole different operation because there's leans differently. The ball's coming a different way.
It's gotta be a
this,
nightmare.
that. It is. It's very difficult. I was a right-legged kicker holder extraordinaire. Probably the best to ever do it, to be honest.
Yeah.
You put me on the other side, though, we're in a bad spot. We are in a bad spot. It's just awkward. Just like right tackles can't go to left tackle sometimes. It's just a very different animal.
Doing things with your left hand is awkward.
Yeah.
You getting used to
You're
it?
finding out?
No, every instinct I have is right-handed. I have to stop and pause and think about everything I do.
Nick got a
Because the collarbone.
Broken collarbone.
cracked clavicle.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're wearing shoes that like you could just slip those on though. I assume.
I never tie my shoes. I can slip every pair of shoes I have.
Yeah,
on.
some pairs I don't tie either, but they're just not slip-onable.
I make sure they're all slip-onable. Is it? Yeah, okay. That's where we're going.
Some shoes have a real tight top
Like
there.
like Adidas NMDs, you can't just slip in them.
Well, I mean, I can reach down with my left. It's
I don't like the
I don't like you poking holes in this.
I don't like the euthanization of a free tongue. You know, a lot of shoe companies are getting rid
Yeah.
of the free tongue. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, let's not euthanize the free tongue.
They're
That's-
batting down on one side.
What's that?
You seen the shoes, like one side of the tongue is molded to the shoe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah.
connected to it.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
it's
Yeah,
the
the
worst.
free tongue. And there's a lot of shoes that have both sides are in, so you can't even get it. I need to move that so I can get my foot in because I got some fat feet. I need to get my feet in there. You know, I like your shoe. I like the design, but every time I got to take scissors to the fucking side to move it, I don't like it.
The worst.
Get
Nick,
off.
have you dropped something yet and then instinctively tried to grab it with your right?
no, not yet, but I know that's going to happen here real
That's-
soon.
that's the worst.
To be honest, the only thing that sucks so far is trying to put on a shirt.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, real bad. That's the one.
I'd
Anything
suffer.
else I've been able to work my way through.
What is the shirt process? How do you do it?
I gotta slide it like I'm in a sling. So I just act like my right arm is in a sling, and I keep it held to my chest here, and I just like slide the sleeve along the right arm, slide it up over, and then I try and get my neck through the neck hole, and then kind of pull it all the way down with my left hand.
In my shoulder injury experience, it's getting the shirt off that is the even worse part.
Well, it's because I wake up in the morning and everything's real tight and sore, and I haven't taken the pain pills yet. They don't kick in yet.
Oh,
So like later in the day, I'm
yeah,
all
pain
I'm
pills.
well, what do you mean?
Excuse me.
You
all
gotta
pilled
snort
up,
those.
and I'm
What kind?
good.
What
You gotta
kind they
snort
give you?
those.
Just
Button up shirts be
Tylenol
better.
with codeine.
That's
Maybe
it.
you go to all button up shirts.
Oh, professional. Maybe you be an adult. Connor, you should think about
Slide
it
because then all you got to do is get the sleeve now.
If you have surgery, I have dibs on like 2. Thanks, appreciate it. We'll split.
Roommate first preference, and then you can.
I'm
Your
still,
voice is going to sound like that on pain pills. Every time I get on pain pills or whatever, my voice just becomes like even more
Mine too.
than this normally.
my
is.
voice doesn't sound
What,
like
like
anything.
raspy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
Really?
don't know why.
Every
I've never
single
gotten
time.
that.
Every single
It
time.
does. It's like it loosens up your vocal cords or something. I don't know.
I sound like Macho Man Randy Savage 1,000% when I'm on pain. It's like and also I'm tripping on pain pills too at the time. So there would be times where because I had 3 surgeries in 4 years. So this became a pretty common thing. And for most of them, you can't move for like the first week because they don't want it to change. So I started like talking like to see if I have a voice. And then I realized, oh, this is fucking very raspy. And then I just have a full conversation as Macho Man Randy Savage with myself for like 20 minutes in the bed. Like, oh yeah. Oh, your voice sounds so good.
I'm just itchy and super tired, but you can't fall asleep. It's the weird. What a time to be alive.
I haven't had a
They're
good
weird.
pain pill experience yet.
No,
I
you
don't think I
Say
ever.
surgery is the only way to get it.
We'll
Yeah,
teach you.
well, then I'm out on the pain pills then.
I understand that it does happen. I understand that it does happen because it's a huge epidemic in our country right
the
now.
addiction to them.
But I hated it. I can't shit. I enjoy shitting. You can't. I
I like nothing about the experience.
I didn't enjoy them.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy them
Some
except
people love 'em.
for the pain that it got rid of. Except for the pain that it got rid of. You said, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, I loved them.
really?"
Absolutely loved them.
Favorite thing in the world.
It just must be your
Seriously?
person's body chemistry. You
Yeah,
know?
well, and I never had because I've heard the constipation. I never really got any of that, but I had knee surgeries. But then when I had my kidney stone stuff, with the back, just feeling like you're constantly getting stabbed, I'd do that and wouldn't feel anything. That was the only way I could get through a day, pretty much.
So the pain, I enjoyed it whenever I couldn't move. If I moved my legs, it would hurt like a motherfucker. But there's people that do it there's a lot of very notable people that just take pain all day, every day. I don't know. I didn't understand it. I didn't enjoy what it did. I just didn't like it.
Well, and I couldn't. I wouldn't want to get into something like that, but it was the situation where okay, I know I'm going to be bedridden. I'm going to be laying in bed all day. I might as well just be a fucking zombie while I'm doing this. I don't want,
Makes sense. That's probably where it starts. It's let's get comfortable. Oh, I'm real comfortable. We can do this again tomorrow. And that's probably where it happens.
The next thing you know, you're like, I got to go to work Monday. I
Worst
might as well be
hangover
a
in the
zombie
world,
when I get there. And then,
It
then
is
everything you want to be a zombie
The
for.
worst hangover in the world, though.
The what?
Of all time. The pill hangover is the worst hangover of all time.
I would have no idea.
Yeah, I really don't know.
It's very bad.
To be honest, for me, it's the pooping is the big issue for me. I just feel like I'm getting punched in the stomach. I'm my knee feels good, but what about this fucking gut feeling? You need to get stool softener. Nobody gave me a heads up a week ago. Haven't shit in a week. Haven't shit in a goddamn week. Knees are fine. Asshole's about to be blown out. I've been eating.
We all had fun at the Colts game, obviously, this weekend. A couple of you couldn't go because you had shit going on. Diggs, how was the 30th wedding you've been to this
I had
year?
a wedding. I was blacked out in Auburn, Indiana. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Shout out to the listener manager who covered the tab.
Wow. You look like a hero, too. You look like a hero, too.
Why?
Well, if a listener paid for the tab because of you.
So I didn't even realize. So we were at Buffalo Wild Wings earlier in the day. And we got our food and whatever. And then we went to the wedding. And then I posted a picture from the wedding. And the manager was like, saw you there earlier. Couldn't come out of the kitchen. Blah, blah, blah. If you ever come back, tab's on us. But I didn't see that until the next morning. So when we did go back later that night and the tab was on us, I was like, why is this? What the fuck is going? What did you do to our food? Why is this covered?
So Diggs gets mad. So you go from being the hero to the asshole.
Well, I was like, I said a thank you a billion times, but then I was in the back of my head, I couldn't understand why. And then I apologized about a billion times on Instagram the next day.
Yeah.
But, that's just being at a wedding. The wedding,
That's it.
That's what it is.
What are you
That's
gonna
what
do?
it's like when you're at a wedding.
wedding was
Two
free.
people say they love each other. That's what happens.
it was free wine and beer, but liquor you had to pay for. So I brought 2 flasks full of whiskey and just somehow got drunker when it was cost more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't had a bad bar restaurant experience in a long time, but I had one this weekend. And I am the last person who ever complains or anything, but we were at I won't say the name of it, but if you were to stack a bunch of soured cucumbers on top of each
Really?
other.
That's your spot, too.
Yeah, and I love that place, right? So I always go there. For some reason on this day, we just couldn't get served. We were sitting there waiting. We waited 40. I was keeping track. We waited 40 minutes. Bailey had ordered a beer and never got it.
That boy Bailey.
For 40 minutes.
Gator.
Stayed.
And it took forever to get our food, so we're just sitting there, and literally, I just keep looking around, waving my hand up. No server anywhere. The one bartender girl just pretends she don't see me. So I literally did this. I called the restaurant from my table.
Place an order for pickup.
And I just said, hey, I am in the showroom. I'm the guy waving my hand. Can somebody just come over here so I can close my tab? That's how I don't care about the beer I ordered 40 minutes ago. Just send somebody over here, close my tab, and we'll get out of your hair. I know you're about third full. You couldn't have ever anticipated that on Sunday during football, but we'll get out. And so finally, that person came over. She wasn't even our server, and she was like, I'll close you out. Sorry. And we got the fuck out of there.
That's tough, though.
It was tough. I couldn't wait there anymore, and so him to watch us drink our beers, and not get our food.
I never really understand that because I was in the food business.
Yeah, you were.
I was in
Yeah,
the
you
food.
were.
I was in the food business, and I tried my best to make sure everybody got great service, even if that meant sending them to another restaurant.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Even if that means, but if you're in the food industry, I could see how you want to hate your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Waiting on
not
people
easy.
seems like a miserable thing, but that is what you're there for.
Yeah.
That is what you're there for. So it's like, I'm kind of always torn whenever I get terrible service. It's like, I understand that this sucks for you, but it is your job.
Yeah.
So I always tip.
Yeah.
But I'll write a nice message under there about, hey, why don't we find something we like? Maybe we find somebody with like a motivational
Yeah.
message, and I'm just waiting for one person to like screenshot that and tell me that they pivoted their entire life and they became like the president because I wrote them this motivational message about how shitty their service was and that they should find something they're good at. I wait for that moment.
So
I wait for it.
here's a question. When the tab was covered on Saturday night, I was like, I wonder how much I should leave for a tip because normally you go off of the tip, but if you get it for free, I feel like it should be a little more.
Yes.
So me and my buddy each left 20. Is that enough?
We don't know what the bill was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
How many
so.
of you?
How much stuff was there?
How many of you were drinking?
Oh, well, how many?
There was 4 of us.
Meals included?
I mean, but $40 tip is
So it's like $10 a person. So if you're going off of standard math, let's assume everybody spent what, 30, 40 bucks there?
yeah. Oh
So
wait,
it's-
you mean everyone spent 30, 40 bucks?
Probably 30
No, it
bucks.
was late night. It was just pretty much just food, maybe like a couple.
So 25 bucks. So everybody's paying 50%. That seems
pretty
about
good,
right.
right?
Yeah, so we're good.
Yeah, you feel good. You should feel good about what you did.
It was a weird situation.
Well, I mean, you were a hero because you got free drinks for friends. You're an asshole because you
Also, there was a
bitched
bunch-
about it.
Also, there was a few Ohio State fans there, and my buddy next to me just kept yelling OH because they just got blown out by Purdue.
Oh, what a moment, by the way, for fucking Purdue.
Yeah.
That Tyler Trent kid. Really incredible story. We met him at Purdue.
Yeah, you have a picture with him.
Yeah.
Did you?
When we
Yeah.
did that DirecTV thing?
We did the DirecTV thing. This is when my DirecTV wasn't working, so I was really fucking manning up for the money at that point. We go up there. It turned into a full photo op situation, which happens anytime I'm in public in Indiana, and it's very. I appreciate. I don't mind it. To be honest, I don't mind it. I actually wrote this in something. People that make a living off of people knowing who they are, getting upset about people knowing who they are is a wild thing to be. And it happens all the time.
sure, yeah.
If I'm eating and you come in and interrupt, like, do I think you're an asshole? Yeah. But if you want a picture, like, let's keep it fucking moving. If I'm pissing next to you and you take a picture of me pissing, like, do I think you're an asshole? Yes. But I appreciate the fact that you know who I am. That's why I pee in stalls now. It's just, there's just ways to get around it. But I think there was like 1,000 probably Purdue students that came out that
easy.
day.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
And I remembered Tyler Trent because he was like this ray of energy. He was on crutches. We took a picture, and then all of a sudden, that ESPN morning, I started watching the Joe
Game day.
Rinaldi college game day thing, and I'm like, well, I think I fucking know that kid. I think that was the kid we met. And then it turns out his story, the world got to hear it. They deserve it. And I went back and I saw the picture. It was
That's awesome.
pretty cool situation.
Yeah.
But it's like the world needs more people like him. He's about to be canceled for the 4th time. Fourth time. Shout out Roman Reigns, by the way. Go get it, guys.
That's tough too.
Yeah, it is tough. Cancer's. We're in Crucial Catch Month, though. That's what you raise money for. Is hopefully these super smart folks can cure this disease nobody has to cure. But it was cool getting Tyler Trent guy. And great night for Purdue.
Great night for Purdue.
It sucks for Purdue though because now they're going to pay Braum and he's going to go somewhere big. He's going to get a job somewhere big, Tennessee probably.
Also, shout out the NFL. The Crucial Catch spikes and gloves are awesome. The they're not pink anymore because it's more than just breast cancer, but shout out breast cancer, obviously.
These and the sweatshirts that all the coaching staff are wearing, awesome.
I agree with
Big
that.
fan.
I-
Big fan.
Yeah, that clothing line's cool as fuck.
I'm surprised they were able to pivot to all the cancers instead of just breast cancer and didn't take much heat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Traditionally,
You
they
gotta be a real asshole, I think, to fight that.
I don't
A lot
know.
of
Maybe.
real assholes. out there.
What happens if they changed, February to all race history month,
Well, that's different.
I don't know. Is
Well,
it?
you'd be technically taking it away from one particular group. I think the breast
That's
cancer.
what Foxy wanted to do.
Oh yeah, because you wanted to eliminate February.
fake news.
Tough,
I remember that.
Fox.
That's a quote.
No, we just move it to another month.
Oh, you just think it's just pick up and movable? It's just not that important. You can just pick it up. You're going to move Christmas too? Just pick up Jesus' birthday and move it
Martin
around?
Luther King's birthday. Not
That's
that important,
fucked
huh?
up,
Oh, wow.
Just put it wherever it fits your little white schedule.
Yeah.
Your little white calendar you made up.
Go green.
Fucking
Go
Michigan.
white.
Yeah, exactly. I learned that's their chant. One half screens go green, the other half is racist.
You went home for the weekend, Boston.
Oh,
Common,
yeah,
for
oh, yeah.
an event. How'd that go?
It was okay. Headed back up north, a little Connecticut, Fairfield University. Go Stags.
Yeah.
That was a great time. Hate flying, though. Hate flying. Oh, man.
You and me both.
Flying is the worst. I was, when you brought up that restaurant, you waiting for food and everything,
Yeah.
I'd probably put that one ahead of the wait that you need to do when the airplane lands. I think as soon as the door opens, I don't understand how people aren't just out of the plane. Because it takes you about a half an hour to file people out of there.
Well,
it's got a
there's a
taxi.
reason. There's a lot of stuff getting off the plane and stuff like that. But also, one time, Pat literally caused the jetway human to miss the door 7 times.
It was awesome.
So we couldn't, if you couldn't walk off the plane, or you would have fell onto the tarmac because the jetway human was feeling so much pressure under the situation because Pat was standing there filming them, trying to do it.
I didn't start filming until his 4th attempt. His 4th attempt, because they got to match up the thing to the
yeah,
plane.
yeah.
Basically,
to the door.
It was basically like in the Army when a refueling plane has to come up when it's in a hurricane and it's too hard to refuel. It's kind of like that situation.
But this person was performing like the arcade crane game.
yes,
That's what they were acting like.
joystick.
it was like the
Hit
International
button
Space
and
Station.
missed
We
the
couldn't lock.
fucking
We
bear.
couldn't lock with the space station. And we
It was
kind of
like
so
that,
bad. Pat
but
ended
it was
up
on the
having to
ground
On
with no resistance.
not terrible
Just
conditions.
complete
They
incompetence.
literally had to call in a backup. They had to call in a reliever to fucking land the dock.
They went through my phone to erase the video.
They did.
Yes.
Your recently
No way.
deleted
Oh
phone.
yeah.
They went
Literally took his phone.
erased the video into my deleted files, erased it again, and told me I could leave. That's what happened to get off the plane.
In that same flight as well, Todd called out there was no air marshal on the plane.
I think that's the one I ruined the Wi-Fi too.
Worst flight of all time.
So this flight was destined for.
They couldn't wait
terror.
to get rid of us. Yeah.
Flying does suck.
It's the worst, and I missed my flight on Sunday morning. It was an early flight. I planned it pretty wrong. I will say that because I was not ready to wake up at 6:30 and Uber from Connecticut to New York.
Being an adult.
Being an adult, bro.
Hey,
You get
yeah.
home, you sleep all day.
Hey, I
didn't-
figured it out.
You didn't give yourself enough leeway for if you were running late?
I didn't. Well, I didn't factor in me going to bed at 5 and having to get up at 6 when I was originally planning my
Sure.
flight path.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Should have stayed up.
I know. And looking back on it, yeah,
Never go to
I
bed.
probably should have stayed up, but I didn't. So
Lesson
we
learned.
made it happen. Yeah. After I woke up and got past the fact that I missed the flight, I was like, okay, my only goal for today is to wake up in Indianapolis on Monday. And then we got it done. We got the job done.
That's funny. That is very, very, very funny.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It happens.
It was a good time. Hey, I got to see the ocean again too.
There
that
has
was
to be
great.
There has to be. The ocean is such a cool thing
Thank
to see.
God.
It's
Yeah.
So
just so
mysterious.
vast, isn't it? It's so big.
It's just everywhere you look around here, you don't even see water. So it's just great to look around and see a whole ocean.
Allegedly. Foxy and I was trying to solve airports the other day.
What do you mean by solve?
Like the
Fix them.
issues with
Fix
them?
them.
I'm just trying to figure them out because it's too much. There's too much going on. Because think about whenever they had to create the airport.
Okay.
Right? You got these big ass fucking things that they have to be able to park and maneuver.
Fucking Wilbur and Orville.
And is that who did it?
Yeah.
Of course they did. But figuring it all out is just insane to me because it's all like malls and stuff now, you know? I think they need to just make it one big ass mall with buses that take you to the airplanes. So they're so like, hey, we're loading this bus right now. Bing, bang, boom, get on it,
Oh,
goes.
you want
a lot
people to
of
board
buses.
twice?
Yeah, it's a lot of buses. There's a lot of traffic.
What do
out
you mean
there on
board
the road.
twice? Yeah, you're getting on trams.
You're going to board the bus,
You board trains in
and
most
then you're going to
places.
go board the airplane.
You got stoplights?
You board trams in most places. Almost every airport except for Indianapolis, you board
Yeah,
trams.
yeah, but there's like no seats. You just stand there, like it's clean, it's streamlined. You just get in and go. It's like a cattle car.
It's what a bus would be too.
I don't know.
I think where you get dropped off, I
you got
think you're
speed.
onto something first.
Then you got
but
full speed
I think when you
situation.
initially get there, you drop your bags off, whatever, then you take a bus. Because I think what they really just need to do is have all arrivals come on one side of the airport and all departures come on the other. Because half the problem is if you're on a flight, say, because I was
Yeah,
flying
but
American.
connecting flights. Some people are departing that just arrived.
Yeah,
That's
but-
just a standard thing that happens.
And that's where the bus comes in, take you from the departure. And I think that should just be all on the airport. There's so much room out there. If you get hit by an airplane, you should die because it's impossible to get hit by an airplane on a runway. You just jump down. Lay down. Lay down.
I just think there's so much going on. It has to be more efficient. There has to be a better way to do it.
There has to be arrival side, departure side.
But connecting, I mean, there's a connecting situation there.
Yeah.
Well, you got to plan your flights around it then.
I'm going to stick up for the airports here. I think they're doing a pretty good job.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why do people rush to get on the plane, too? That is the dumbest thing.
It's going to happen on that bus, too. That's what
There's
I'm saying.
only one reason to rush to get on the plane, and it's if you have a carry-on and you're worried about there not being enough overhead space, and then they have to put the bag underneath the plane, and then you have to wait for it when you get off. That's the only reason to get on.
I checked my bag.
I think Home Alone screwed a lot of families into getting to the airport early. I'm serious. I
My
think they
dad
scared.
used to be a fucking 2 hour before the flight
Yeah.
guy. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, and I think I completely blame Home Alone for that too.
I like to get on the plane early strictly because I like to judge everybody walking by me.
See, I hate it. I hate being seen by anybody. I want to be the last person on the plane.
No, I'm real judgy.
I just want to sit down.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of seats right there outside the plane normally.
Everyone's
With
standing.
chargers usually.
With chargers, yeah. Normally you can spread out
And
your
then
legs.
one time in my life, I got caught with a double book situation, and I was the second person in the seat. And it's like, well, then what the fuck? It's 90% of law is possession.
Has anybody ever said yes to whenever they say, would you like to offer up your seat, volunteer
I've
your
thought
seat?
about it. I've seriously thought about it. It was like $700 one time. And
Yeah.
I didn't know reason to be home. I was like, But then my traveling partner did not agree.
Yeah, I've never done it. I've wanted to. It's just I'm always like need to get home when I'm scheduled to get home. But if I had the time, I would. Yeah, give me a hotel room and they give you a first class
And like
flight.
$1,000
in the
you
future
negotiate?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
So if you wait longer, if they ask one time, it's like $300. They ask again, it goes up to like $500. And then like if you keep waiting and they really need it, the fucking price goes way up. Mm-hmm. Be patient in that situation.
You see Megyn Kelly is wondering why the blackface is racist. Oh, that's good.
She doesn't get
Don't
it.
worry about it.
What's going on in the world, dude?
Hey, Evan, how do you feel about it?
Don't worry about it.
The dummy, Megyn Kelly. Dummy.
Giant spider web that's over a half a mile long has taken over a beach in northern Greece. Unusually warm temperatures this late in the year has led to a huge population increase in mosquitoes and gnats, which are the favorite food of spiders. Shout out spiders. Areas of Greece have become overpopulated with tiny spiders that have developed food gathering communities like the one that has taken over this web covered beach.
Crosses Grease
That
off
should be-
of places
Yeah,
to
nuke
visit.
it.
That should be the end of Greece. Everybody
Nuke it.
picks up, moves, light it on fire.
There's only one
I
cool
agree.
part of Greece, and it's the place with all the white houses, and it's right on the cliffs where all the IG models go to take pictures.
Yeah.
Every other part of Greece, I heard, is a shithole.
Yeah, all the Olympic
Mykonos.
stadiums and everything.
Mykonos,
They're
I
all
believe.
they're all covered in homeless people
My
now.
name is Mykonos.
I think
That's
you
the only
gotta-
part of Greece I've ever
You
seen.
got to set off like a low-powered nuke. To,
I wasn't listening to the whole thing there, and then you said the only good part of Greece. I thought we were talking about John Travolta's Greece. And I was like, that's the only good. That's a heater of a movie. Schefter just said that the Giants are trading Eli.
To the Saints, so they don't need Patrick Peterson anymore, so he's going to come to the Steelers. It's not a big deal. We'll just move on.
Anyways, I was in Europe whenever Greece bankrupted. the
Eli
first time.
Apple, not Eli Manning.
Sorry, that just really shook me. As you just heard me get very shook by Adam.
that would have been
I was
shaky.
like, why is Pat bring up Eli Apple news?
Oh, it's Eli Manning. I thought he was going to Jacksonville. By
What
the
a,
way.
what a sport he would be. I'll go be
Coughlin.
back up to Drew Brees.
That's what I thought was happening.
Yeah.
But the spiderweb thing, pretty insane. People are very scared of these.
Hate them. They're
They're
the
the
worst.
worst.
Well, spider
thing
communities
alive.
is kind of that's a different animal. If there are communities of spiders now, then
Yeah, you just unleash a bunch of lizards, right? Because they eat them.
They combined, their web is over a half mile long. It's like the gazillion spiders living together.
I
on
just
top
fixed
of
their
each
whole
other.
problem.
I don't think spiders get enough credit, by the way, for their craftsmanship.
You're thinking of
Very good.
You're thinking of chameleons, man.
What do you mean?
The ones with the long sticky tongues.
Yeah, I need those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they eat spiders.
There's probably a
They eat
slew
all
of those they can drop in there. Go to a Petco or something. The walk through the spiderweb, top 5 worst feeling. Right in the face.
Flailing your
Freak out.
arms.
Full freak out.
It's hard to get it off. It's hard to get it off. I'm not very scared of spiders. I understand that people are because Sam loses her shit.
It's my number one phobia.
But the spider web on the face, I can't take
horrible.
it. I lose my because that's
Actually-
what they're shit or piss or semen. What is it from them?
No, I think
All three.
Their
Combination.
Web, their web.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an all three combination.
Yeah.
So it's like a
From
cow's
their butt.
milk
It's all their body secretions together to create the strongest thing in the world.
right there on my face.
Right there. On your face.
Got him again.
A little poison in there.
I can't stand spiders. I would
The worst.
literally move from Greece and never go back.
Anything that
If I
can
lived
sneak
there.
up on you, I don't like.
Is there any purpose of spiders?
Yeah, they eat other
They eat
insects.
mosquitoes.
Eat bugs.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah, and
Which are the worst things?
Which
on
are
it?
also terrible.
technically
yeah, so.
the number
But
one.
they're not
killer.
scary.
Mosquitoes aren't?
Some of
They're
them
not
are.
scary.
I'm scared of mosquitoes because I see AIDS flying at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have been not properly conditioned with all the information we know now. I think growing up, you didn't know that mosquitoes were this deadly.
Bro.
So I think you just
Mosquitoes
ignored
are
them.
the
Like,
number
ah,
one
they're
killer.
not so
there's
bad.
I'm aware.
Ebola. Oh, fine. In the fucking, then you got to worry about your neighbors. You got to worry what they have because that mosquito's bouncing from your neighbor right to you. It's like, fuck me. How'd I get herpes?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why more dudes and girls don't use mosquitoes as an alibi of why do they have herpes instead of cheating.
Well, it's something,
Something to think about for
You should
sure.
write that in a book, Dix.
I was in the Amazon last month, and
They don't have condoms there. They spread.
So I broke my collarbone. A mosquito flew in my eye.
yep,
People forget. People forget.
people forget.
Blame it all on mosquitoes.
You need to make a better story, by the way.
Yeah.
That has to be. You have to have a better story for that clavicle of yours. Have to.
Maybe won a flag football game, like last catch, diving, full extension.
Maybe
Still-
ultimate frisbee.
Still make the catch.
Probably
Trampoline
ultimate
dunk.
frisbee.
I don't know if ultimate frisbee is a cooler story, but might be.
Nah, if you break your collarbone playing that.
The guy at the gas station told me to tell everyone that my wife hit me.
That's pretty good too.
I
Is
swear,
your wife Hope so
straight
honest?
faced. He was like, "Oh, just tell everyone your wife hit you."
With what, like a sledgehammer?
I don't know. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling better. Thanks, man.
That guy dug right deep
Yeah.
into his own memories. I remember wearing one of them slings. I broke my elbow because my first wife swung on me. It's hilarious.
Especially funny since in his country that would mean death to her. By public hanging. What else? What else going on, Nick?
The European Parliament has passed a new copyright law whose purpose is to ban memes.
This is unbelievable.
Academics have told British lawmakers that internet memes are contributing to the UK obesity crisis and doing harm to teenagers on a significant scale. A picture of an overweight child with the caption "Free food, count me in," and one that depicted a human body made from pizzas and hamburgers with frankfurters used for limbs and a smiley face potato for a face had the caption of "me," were used as examples of memes that are dangerous for children.
In 1776, we saw this one coming. we knew they were gonna have some bullshit laws.
Let's nip this in the butt right now.
Fucking care about memes, but not gingivitis and gum disease ruining your life. Maybe make a lot of guys. You have to go to the dentist every once in a while. Europe.
How soft is the UK getting?
I mean, I think memes are pretty. I think they would lead to obesity. Honestly, I've definitely gone on a nice meme run, and then said, "Yeah, okay, I'm a little hungry now." Do a little Taco Bell, maybe even keep walking, go to Wendy's.
Is that the meme or the weed? You see.
Okay, yeah, I guess maybe not obesity, but
Oh, nice.
the UK is just the worst. I think they must have plenty of other terrible laws too.
Still trying to wrap
For
my head
sure.
around what the UK actually is. Is it England and
It's like
No,
the
no, it's an
greater England area, right?
it's above England?
Is the UK
great.
more... Oh, excuse me. Let's burp right on the microphone. Is the UK more than just England? Is it?
Yeah,
I think it's
Wales?
the whole
Yeah, it's
island.
got Wales,
It's Wales,
in there.
Okay.
Ireland too.
Yeah,
right?
Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland,
Ireland.
and Rory.
yeah.
Is he ever going to be good? He was supposed to be the next big thing, right?
Yeah,
They
he's
fucking
done.
stopped making Tiger Woods' golf game and started making Rory's golf game. That's how good he was. And
Now Tiger's back.
then he got married, and that ruins everything.
Stop caring. Wasn't hungry anymore. That's what we were talking about. Once they stop getting hungry, they lose their game.
Yep. That's what happens.
Happened with Spieth too. He got to 22, won those 22 million. He's kind of taking a little back seat as of late.
Happened to
Day.
Dustin Johnson.
Dustin
Yeah.
Johnson.
That's Paulina though.
Yeah. Well, there's one common factor at the bottom of all these.
Oh yeah,
What's that, Diggs?
Nothing.
Don't
an
worry
Eric
about it.
Clapton song.
What is that?
Cocaine, I think is what it's called.
Oh, well, that's DJ's case.
Okay.
I think DJ needs it.
Yeah.
See, the interesting thing that you're referring to, though, Diggs, is what made Tiger great.
Well,
True.
No, that wasn't. That was different. It was different. It wasn't the one. It was many.
Oh, you're talking about love is the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Oh, love is the issue.
Not lust, love.
I'll tell you what is very interesting because it's very easy to get content there whenever you fall in love. Because you're like,
Sure.
okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. So I found the person here. I'm supposed to create a family, and everything else kind of takes a back seat. It is kind of an interesting thing there, isn't it?
Especially if you do win a golf tournament, then it's like, okay, now I really can tone it down.
Okay, we got 20 million. This will last forever. We can produce some kids. They're gonna live
Yeah, I
good.
think it's a combo of money and love. If you just have one or the other, I think you're still okay.
Yeah.
And that's why Rory called
But-
off his wedding.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's say
initially.
when you're single
Not enough money.
He won the tournament right after
Yeah.
he did that, by the way.
Right
Yeah,
after,
yeah.
yeah.
and you're in that position as an athlete or whatever, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go put an extra workout session in, or I'm gonna put a little extra time on the tee.
I got great when I got single.
Sure.
I will say that. I got great when I got single because I literally was going into the Colts facility at midnight when I couldn't sleep because there was nothing else to do except for go kick balls.
Right.
So you have 100% focus on one thing. Now, granted, because relationships are difficult. Relationships are difficult, especially the beginnings of them. It takes a lot of percentage of energy.
Sure.
So whenever you have 100% focus on something, that's why business breaks up a lot of relationships because it's like, oh, I have to focus on this. I don't have time for this. I have to focus on this. Like a lot of professional people, both men and women, they're very single at the because I focused on my business because focus. For me, I was very lucky that I got single at a time where I could get great. And then I was able to figure it out. And then, okay, now I can handle something else.
Yeah.
But if you're starting up there, like the Mormons, they get married in college. I don't know how any Mormon gets great. I don't know how they get great because they have to focus on their wife and kids and business as well. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how it's possible. The Mormons want you to
good
fail.
point.
So they're focusing
yeah.
on those things, but they're avoiding all the other temptations, all the other evil things in the world, like sugar and sex and alcohol.
Caffeine.
But they also have one wife for business, one wife for pleasure, one wife for whatever. So
I will not stand for this Mormon slander. Eric Weddle is a friend of the show, and Austin Colley's their god. So
Yes.
that's a friend
right.
of mine.
Well, also too, if you want to get away from your family, you go work out, right?
yeah.
You think it's just that
think
easy?
it's that
by the way?
easy? Yeah.
You think it's that easy just to get away?
I think you just go, oh yeah, I gotta go work out.
This is why golf is a 16-hour thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because anytime somebody back in the day got to get away from their family without getting out, they're like, well, let's make the most of this. And it's just like, that's why soccer is longer than any
Yeah.
other sport because it was like a way to get away. It's not just easy to just be like, you know, I'm going to go work out. Okay, go have fun. Like that isn't, I don't think that's how it normally goes. I think it's,
I'd be like, if you want Timmy to still be in private school, I gotta go work out.
well, yeah, then that just starts an entire, you just open an entire can of worms.
Yeah.
You just open an entire can of worms.
All right, I'm gonna go work out now.
Zito, this is coming from a man who seems like he's never been in an actual relationship.
I've found love before. I'll
walked-
never
It
go
does
back.
definitely. Proof's in the pudding. They even, like they say, there's a girlfriend up version of Aaron Rodgers and then single Aaron Rodgers. Like it's a big difference. Somebody put those stats.
I will not sit here
On
and
the
let you
internet
talk
one day.
bad about Olivia Munn. Don't even think about
No,
going
she
there.
sucks.
Danica Patrick. Danica Patrick, you mean?
Well, no. That what he's talking about is people hated Olivia Munn and Aaron Rodgers together.
Why? His stats were lower.
It's you can't focus 100%
Yeah.
on something if
I've
you have
seen some of her text work.
Yeah.
Let's just not. Let's just,
I'm not saying he didn't have a good time.
it's a lot of time management and
Yeah.
You
emotion management.
He was focusing on football when he was getting those text messages.
I hope not.
No.
Well,
That's
she
the thing.
she was also like going on talk shows and like talking about their sex life, and he's like a very personal, you know. I mean, I don't know. If I was a player, I wouldn't want my girlfriend doing that bullshit at every turn, but you know, who knows?
No.
It is interesting to me, like the relationships that are just wide open like that.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know. That maybe that's just personal, but
it would be
It
interesting.
would be distracting.
especially if everyone's already talking about you, and then it's like, oh, well, he's not playing. Well, maybe it's because you know Olivia's not sucking his dick enough on the weekends. Like, I mean,
Well, and you're the best in the world
not
too.
exactly.
Right.
So it's a whole.
I know that wasn't it, but I'm just saying.
And you're the best in the world too.
Right.
So then, literally everything because people are idolizing Aaron Rodgers. Like, how do I become like Aaron Rodgers? Right. And then you start hearing all these side stories. It's like, oh, that's probably distraction. So you're giving people an excuse for it. That's what I said about Juju, by the way. Juju has had an incredible season, but as soon as he Juju is just and it was very much happening to me too. Whenever I was starting to tweet and do things, and I was starting to become a little bit louder, you're giving a lot of people a lot of excuses for as soon as you perform bad to be like, oh, that's why he's bad because he's doing this, he's doing this. Juju has shown up, and I'm very impressed by it. But man, you give people an excuse, and it's like as soon as you do something bad, they're ready to attack. Just an interesting world. We live in a very interesting world, and we forget that all these people are humans. This isn't a video game.
It's not.
It's not a video game.
It's not.
The life is not a video game.
It's not.
Unless you're dressed up like an old man.
But you can't go out. You can't go your whole life without love. So you got to,
Agreed. It brings a lot of other positive things to your life.
right.
It's very
Try me.
Nick. I can't wait until you're just like head over heels with somebody in love. An old happy Nick comes out.
Good luck.
I'm in love. I'm in love. What's that? Will Ferrell. I see Will Ferrell screaming. He's in love.
Elf.
Elf.
Yeah. I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it.
Yeah, that's gonna be Nick. It's gonna be Nick. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
All right, let's get to my new favorite segment. I want to know. This segment of I Want to Know is brought to you by the fine people at Movement Watches. You want to know how to look cooler?
Yeah.
Get yourself some Movement sunglasses or a Movement watch.
Yeah, pretty good
Put
idea.
it on your body. You'll look cooler, and it's affordable. It looks like it's something really expensive that you're wearing, but it's not. It's something very affordable. Who makes you look like you're somebody who can afford something very expensive?
Oh.
Need that. Big time.
Not only
Therefore, you look more cool than you did without it.
And you're also catfishing yourself, making you feel as if you're a whole different man or woman because you are wearing something that you know you should not afford, but you can because Movement takes care of you with the pricing.
Absolutely. I don't know if you've checked out the site lately, but they have doubled the number of watch styles and are still expanding. Movement has come far from being that crowdfunded kids working out of a living room company. In the past year, they've not only introduced a ton of new watch collections for both men and women, but also expanded the sunglasses and fashion-forward bracelets for the ladies. Movement watches are all about looking good and keeping it simple. It's a minimalist approach to being awesome.
Oh, that's a good word, by the way.
Very.
Minimalist and awesome.
I was thinking awesome, yeah. Awesome's an awesome word.
Movement watches don't tell you how many steps you've taken or
Valid.
blow your wrist up with a bunch of text messages or notifications to your social media. They just tell time, and they look good. It's simple.
Yeah.
Minimalism.
Looks
You
good.
get it.
Good.
Movement watches start at just $95. At a department store, you're looking at $400 to $500 easy. They sell online, cutting out the middleman. That's the key. No retail markup, providing the best possible price. Classic design, quality construction, and styled minimalism. There's that word.
I might get back into watches.
It's a good look.
And by back in, I mean I was never in, but I might get into watches.
Yeah.
I use Movement for their sunglasses. They're the greatest sunglasses on earth. I love Movement sunglasses. But the business I'm getting into, the
Probably important to have
the
one.
WWE one,
Oh, you have to have a watch.
everybody there has a watch.
Yeah.
Their watch game's
gotta show
on
out.
fire.
Used to be a massive watch guy. I think I broke every single one I ever
Yeah.
had.
Well, Movement is
Durable?
durable
Very
and
durable.
sturdy, and it's well priced. So
I wear it when I go somewhere where I need to be somewhat dressy, and I know that like I'm wearing a long sleeve that I might want to roll up as the evening progresses.
that's what watches are for,
Then
right?
boom, sure.
That's
Yep.
what watches are for, right?
Yeah.
To be like,
Yeah, everyone's got a clock on their phone. I mean, I don't think
Yeah, it's all show.
No
nowadays.
one thinks you're actually using it to tell time.
Yeah.
yeah. So let's not get crazy and be like, oh, I don't know how to read that clock.
No.
Yeah, nobody
Right.
does.
No.
Nobody does. You're just there to look goddamn good on your wrist is there to look
Yes.
good.
Doesn't even have to work.
It might as well just be, to be honest, mine need a new battery in mine for like the last year. I don't put it in there. So I don't care if it ticks or not. It looks fucking good. You know
And
what I mean?
it looks like it's $400, $500.
Yeah.
Turns out 95.
Get 15% off today. It gets even cheaper. You get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/Heartland. That's why Movement keeps growing. Check out their expanding collection. Go to mvmt.com/Heartland. Join the movement.
Chad Kelly arrested
waiting
first degree criminal trespassing.
Yep.
What?
Hey, Swag Kelly's going to
That's a
Swag
girl.
Kelly.
That's a girl thing, right?
Trespassing? He's probably drunk, went in the wrong house, right?
Yeah, that was my guess.
In my head, drunk went into the wrong house, thought he was in his house. They try to kick him out. You always get They always seem to get feisty when they go in the wrong house. This is something I've
Are
never.
they on a buy?
No,
No, they are not on a buy.
No.
It's a couple weeks away for the buy.
I can't wait to
But
hear
it was
the
their off
details.
night. It was Monday night.
Yeah,
they're off Tuesdays.
Off night. There it is.
Yeah, it was off night, and it happened to one of my friends. One of my friends got very intoxicated, went into the wrong house, woke up with a shotgun in his face. Like
Halloween, right?
no, this was in Atlantic City, New Jersey, I think. He rented a house. Went into the next door one. Didn't just go in, by the way. He broke the window and opened the door, fell asleep on the couch, woke up with a gun right in his face. And he was just like, oh no. And obviously he was a football player. So he swats the gun out of the guy's hand. So now he has the gun. Cops come. Guy says he broke into my house. He stole my gun. He tried to fight me. He goes to jail. There's like a potential, like huge assault, trespassing. The whole thing almost happens, and then it all just gets. He paid a fine. Him and the guy actually went to dinner.
Oh.
Like 2 weeks later.
That's a happy ending.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm so sorry that I did that. I was very drunk. I didn't mean to." Blah blah blah. Move forward.
Imagine being the waiter. Like, how'd you guys meet?
I was sleeping on his couch. I was just sleeping on his couch. This dude's like 350 too. The guy that I'm referring to, my friend of mine that did this. So
Well, it actually happened to two of your friends then, because the other one it happened to on Halloween, and they went to jail in their costume.
oh yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. Walking out of jail with the costume half off. That was dope.
That happens quite a bit.
It does, yeah.
A friend of mine did it. And, no, not really a friend, just an associate, but he into a pretty prominent family's house. He had only been there one time via some other friends. Went to a party.
So he
there.
kind of knew.
Somehow instinctively went there as he was blacked out drunk. Woke up naked to a guy with a gun to his face, like, what the fuck you doing here? And he had pissed and shit all over that couch.
That's tough.
Oh no.
That's tough to come back from.
So I think we should be
Not a
asking a
good
question.
person.
Did Chad Kelly piss and shit in this guy's house
He did not.
or not?
I have the police report. He did not.
What did he do? He just woke up in there?
No. So Inglewood police officers responded to at the address, referenced a male standing outside a residence. While officers were responding, they received information that the male was now inside the residence. The male was chased out of the residence by an occupant, and then the officers began to search the area. A short time later, a male matching description provided by the homeowner was located inside a black SUV in the area of the Gothic Theater.
It's very vague.
I wonder what that means.
Very vague.
Colorado is it a gun state? Seems to be pretty left. I don't know.
I would think they're
but it
pretty
is
left, but-
mountains.
Yeah, that's
idea.
a tough call. I don't know.
It's like Vermont. A lot of guns in Vermont, but they have the biggest communist ever from there, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't expect that.
Well, it's a big license, I bet. I bet it's a big, like, you pretty
Lot of
strictly
rules.
need a license, a lot of steps to jump through.
I fucking hate Bernie Sanders, by the way. Every time his name gets brought up, I just start wanting to I start burning. I feel the burn.
Feel the burn.
I do.
Regardless how that happened, he was drunk, right? He had to be.
Yeah.
He was definitely drunk.
For sure.
Whatever the story is behind how he got in there.
90% tax.
Bernie
Fuck out of
Sanders.
here, you old fucking man. Just die already. That wasn't a threat. That was a wish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the fucking Secret Service coming after me now because I said I wanted to die. Anyways.
Does he get protected?
No.
Bernie?
Yeah.
He was a presidential candidate, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think
for
they
a
lose
very
it after
short
the
time.
election.
Yeah, he wasn't too serious of a presidential candidate, too.
He was down in the final two for the Democratic Party.
I thought his ratings though were terrible throughout the whole time.
No,
like it was, I
Hillary
thought it was
Well,
There for a while, people
40.
thought that he was
I
going
thought
to
it was
win.
like 40, 30, 15. Bernie.
No, I think he was like potentially the Democratic nominee there for a while.
Yeah, early on, people thought he was going to get it.
And then the Clinton powers that be came in.
Yeah.
See you later. I'm very happy, by the way, that Clinton's put Bernie Sanders out just for future reference because there's a chance he probably wins that whole thing if he gets in.
One of the better things they've done, I would say.
90% tax, that guy. That's UK. He's going to ban memes next.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders will ban memes next time. I hope Chad Kelly gets it all figured out.
Yeah.
What do we think? We think Chad Kelly gets cut from this? Probably, huh?
I don't
Hopefully
think
not.
Elway's the kind of guy who's putting up with shit like this.
No.
Yeah, but you got
they
to
don't have
remember
anyone else, so no,
that's
they're not.
his.
That's
That's
true.
one of his good buddy's nephews.
That's
And
true.
we also have
That's
to
also
remember
true.
Jim Kelly, known to be a hilarious party animal.
Isn't that how he ended up at Last Chance U? He got drunk, did some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Lost his scholarship, had to go to junior college.
Is he the backup for Denver too?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Case Keenum said 2 best days of his life, or 3 best days of his life was when he found Jesus, a kid was born, and then Minneapolis Miracle, and then Chad Kelly's the backup. That's an awesome quarterback room. Just to think about.
man.
Oh yeah.
Just to think about that quarterback room would be beautiful.
All right, so I want to know if you guys could make a documentary about any person or group of people, alive or dead, what person or group of people group of people would your documentary be about and why?
I'll go first.
All right.
Mine's a dead guy.
Okay.
It'd be that Canadian rapper that fell off the plane.
Oh.
Is that what you were going to do, Ty?
Yeah, that's good though. Continue.
Ty-
I got another one.
I just think that if you're this big of an idiot and he looks ridiculous, that would be a fun group of people to follow who all okayed him walking on the side of a plane. Oh, the side of a plane. Who was the pilot that couldn't fly the plane, that it just went into a nosedive?
Yeah.
A Canadian rapper was basically doing a wing walk while rapping, which is something that professional stunt people do all the time. And while doing it, the plane just nosedived into the earth. He couldn't pull his parachute. He was just along for the ride right into the ground while still holding on to the wing. So this dude, he's a rapper. He's Caucasian. He's stupid. He's dead. And I want to know the group behind the whole operation. That's the documentary I would like to do.
That would be a good
I saw
doc.
his friends did say he died doing what he loved though.
Hey,
So
walking on wings.
right.
That's all that really matters.
the fuck you
Because he probably was just lip syncing. He probably wasn't even rapping at the time.
No.
He was probably just lip syncing. So he's not even rapping when he dies. He's probably screaming, to be honest. I would be a bad situation. I have thought about, you know how they have those seats on wings? They can like strap you and you stand there. I have thought about wanting to do that. But you would always assume you do that with like a good pilot.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm going to talk to the pilot here. That guy just fucking nosedive right in, dead rapper.
That's tough.
It's a lot of wind. A lot of wind.
He was walking though. How do you walk on it? I never.
That's what I don't understand.
Was he strapped to
I
something?
mean, Tom
had
Cruise
to
has
be.
done it many a times.
That's true.
Tom Cruise.
He had to have like some
Different
sort of
Was it a
strapping that was
biplane?
Yeah,
Top
yeah.
and bottom level
Yeah.
wings?
It was a
so
Wright
you-
brothers plane. Yeah.
It was a seaplane, I think.
Orville and Wilbur.
Is that popcorn?
What's a seaplane?
Should have kept it over sea.
It was a Cessna. That's what it was. That was the exact.
Oh, I thought that
model.
was a joke. Like, see it hit the ground. That was like, that's. I thought you had a full joke there.
No, it was a Cessna though, which isn't. That's like a very small plane, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think they're.
That's
That's
why you
like
guys
a.
flew to
It's a
Nashville, right?
two-man thing.
That's like a 2-passenger. Let alone how many
No,
are supposed
Cessna's
to be.
bigger than what we flew in.
How many are supposed to be on the wings? Do they have rules?
Yeah. I don't think it's supposed to be anybody on the wings. That might have been the problem.
That sucks. Though. That's probably going to be a great ride. That's probably going to be the thing that propelled him into.
Oh, yeah.
Superstar.
Sure, he was going to be
I
the
assume they
next
still
big
released a
thing.
video.
I-
I
You
would.
think you got a GoPro on him?
I would. Yeah, I would.
GoPro will survive that.
Yeah, sure.
I've had a couple conversations with the GoPro people. That thing can basically survive anything, and probably got sound too, so we could hear his last lyrics.
They did show where he landed. There was like a huge, just person-size indent in like a hayfield. So yeah,
Like a fucking Wile E. Coyote.
yeah, that's what it
outline?
looked like. It looked like a Wile E.
So we
Coyote.
should not. We're not mocking the fact that a guy died.
No,
No.
absolutely.
But
not.
this is just like whenever people walk on a tight wire thing.
Yeah.
If
Yep.
they die, like that's what they were doing it for, was the potential death
When
situation.
you're rolling the dice, you're rolling the dice.
It happened.
Also, we're honoring him with a documentary, so
Correct.
we're not
Yeah.
making fun of him at all.
True, 100% right. We're
No, we
honoring-
make fun of him in the documentary.
No.
I think it's just kind of, hey, people will watch it, and then if they laugh at him,
That'll take care of itself.
yeah, it's,
No spin zone.
Not us,
You
yeah.
do your own conclusions.
we're just showing you what happened.
Bad decision, though.
I like it.
I like that he
Terrible.
was attempting to get a little notoriety, though, because Will Smith jumped out of a helicopter for his 50th birthday, got a lot of pub. These guys were sitting around, girls too, let's not exclude them. I assume if there's a woman there, though, they say, no, let's not do that. Men are the dumbest species.
Listen, if your music's good enough, you don't need to go to these stunts, okay? Snow,
Well, that's probably the
the
problem.
best white Canadian rapper of all time with Informer.
Yes.
He didn't need to walk on the
True.
wings of an airplane.
You're right.
He just put out a hit.
When was that?
92.
Oh, so there's no other options really for music except for that.
There are plenty of other options.
That's
Not
like
many white Canadian rappers, though.
Drake,
There you go.
Bieber.
Bieber, Drake.
And not 92.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think this guy was like going to do well. You know what I mean? Like, think it mattered.
What
Documentary
Can we
would,
pull
though.
up some?
What was his name? What?
I don't know. Can we pull up a song of his? I mean, it was
Canadian.
Is his name in the article?
Canadian plain rapper. It'll pop up. It's a shame that he lost his life doing this, but man, that's why the video is going to do good, is because there was a potential of him losing his life.
John James McMurray.
Everybody knows that.
John James.
He's got the same haircut as Connor.
How old is he? He's a 35-year-old rapper. Bro, chill out.
He's 34 years old. And he didn't make it yet. Yeah. I mean,
This was his moment, though.
2 Chainz.
Did you find it?
Was
Yeah.
40 whenever he
Yeah,
started.
good
hey,
point.
Titty Boy never made it.
I want to let you know, I'm coming around on this Canadian rapper who's 35 years old who decided to walk on the side of a plane that couldn't handle more than 2 people on the plane.
I need the
Maybe we'll find it and tweet it out.
I need
afterward.
the video.
What's that?
Or you can put it at the end. He's having trouble finding it. We can put it at the end after.
Oh, the dude's got one fucking hand. He can't even search Spotify anymore.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. We have to listen to this.
4
dude.
seconds. 4 seconds. 3.
You got it?
2.
Hang on.
I think he's got a lazy eye.
You got it right. Hold up. You ready to play it?
Yep.
All right. You two people, you're going to miss some time.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I don't think this guy.
They can listen to this.
Yeah, I don't. Something tells me he's not coming after us for copyright right now.
Me for taking the heat off Nitro Circus.
Nitro Circus. That's
Shots
John.
fired, yeah.
So that was a Zito right there?
John James
I found it.
That was a Zito right there. 100% what just happened was a Zito.
Zito, what the
You just actually got to hear it audio-wise, what we have to deal with on an everyday basis. I have the answer. No, I don't. Let's keep it moving.
There was no H in John. That's what got me.
That's what happened.
Oh, like John Jones.
Jon.
John.
James.
Rest in peace to that guy, though. I'd like a documentary of the whole decision-making process and the whole thing going down.
I think it would play well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
For sure.
Relevant, topical, and we are
Go out in a blaze of glory.
pretty large in Canada, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a professional free skier and stunt artist.
Oh, so everything I said about being a stuntman doing this completely wrong. Good. I'm happy I did know.
So he knew what he was doing. But then, hey, lesson learned to the kids at home. Even happens to even professionals.
Yeah.
Just don't walk on a plane.
Something
Stay inside the plane. Good rule of thumb.
And if it's a small plane, maybe don't even get on it.
Yeah.
Because
Wait for the big plane.
All good ideas.
Also, when you hit 30 and you haven't made it as a rapper, maybe turn around and
Not everyone's titty boy.
yeah, not everyone's Titty Boy. Not everybody can rebrand the way Titty Boy did.
This 422,000 streams is pretty good, though. I think he might have made
that's
it.
pretty good.
This guy might have made it. In Canada, he might be something.
Pretty good song too.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It wasn't bad.
You want to say hello?
What
He actually just released a song on October 8th with Riff Raff. Jody High Roller.
I hate that motherfucker.
Why?
He's just the worst, man.
Do you know who that is, Todd?
I have no idea. I don't think I could care less.
Like any of his his videos, like on the street.
It's a shame both of them were in the plane.
I think you would enjoy Riff Raff. I think you would enjoy Riff Raff as a comedian, which is what
Yeah?
he is. Yeah,
Is he a comedic rapper?
yeah. He's just he's Alex Jones. He's Alex
nice.
Jones,
Character.
but as a rapper.
Misunderstood,
Misunderstood?
I would say.
I think he's understood. I think people understand.
He's pretty popular, though, so that would explain maybe why this guy has 400 and some thousand streams.
Who, the Riff Raff guy?
No, the other guy, because he partnered with Riff Raff recently.
Well, the Riff Raff song only has 1,000 streams.
So it went the other way.
1,000.
1,000?
1,116.
That's not very good.
Maybe Riff Raff doesn't have the juice we thought.
Riff Raff's got the juice. Let's not. I do not want to
few
be a
years
part
ago,
of a
maybe.
show that is slanders Riff Raff. He's got. I watched that the rapping VH1 Next White Rapper show he was on. That's where he started. MTV Riff Raff was his first name. It was his
Really?
first. Yeah, he came in awesome.
He won it.
Nope. But he did technically because
Yeah.
he's the
He
only
won the
hum-
crowd.
Yeah, he's really
Nice.
the only person. It was a pretty terrible show, to be honest, but he was a hysterical creature. And that's what he is. He's a creature. Why do you hate him, Diggs?
You know why I hate it.
This is the 1,000.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's going to be a good documentary. Riff Raff will also
Yeah.
be in it. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'm
now
excited to have
he's got
him
a
in
part.
it. Yeah. Our documentary is expanding.
Blasticana, if you got to pick a person or a group of people, who?
I was torn between two, but I'll just use one. I want to make a documentary on the guys who discovered marijuana, the first person who ever smoked marijuana.
The natives.
Because I think that group of people really, they had that first 2 weeks of marijuana was probably
That's a good one.
Who was it? The Native Americans, you think?
I don't know. I think it was a wrecking crew. I think it was more of like Jack Black and Michael Cera in year one, like more characters like that. Not Native Americans like trying to use it for tribal type of cavemen. Yeah, not trying to heal people. I think it was more like Jack Black and Michael Cera year one. Walking around exploring.
Threw it on the fire.
And
they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to feed a fire, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
They just had fire for the first time.
Everybody
Hey, grab that plant, throw it on the fire. That'll keep it going.
And then one guy was like, no, the green things don't light on fire. We need to get the dead things. And they're like, no, well, let's try it.
A lot of experimenting.
A lot of laughing happened.
Yeah.
And they're like, every time we burn that particular leaf.
It's the greatest fire ever.
Everybody seems to get along. Our tribe doesn't want to kill that tribe every time that is being lit on fire. Probably a good documentary. Good call.
I think it'd be
Good call.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Ty Schmidt.
Who created the peace pipe, too?
That's Native American, right?
Yeah.
Well, somebody took the fire, though, and they were like, I don't want to just do this whenever there's a fucking ceremony. Is there any way I can figure out a way to take this from?
Little fire I could walk around with.
His name was Little Fire, actually.
Hey, have you seen Little Fire, Ray? He's just been in his room eating Cheetos. His teepee and Cheetos. Classic Little Fire.
He ate a whole buffalo the other day.
We're not happy about it. He's wasting the meat.
Little Fire probably also created the buffalo wings, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Little Fire, the first fat Native American. This selfish fuck, Little Fire.
Ty Schmidt.
I want a doc about Al Capone. Because I just feel like at this point that there's been like in actual movies he's so just like cartoonish and he's like a caricature like De Niro in The Untouchables.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't really want like a Ken Burns documentary like somewhere in between where it's not just like a bunch of old fucking pictures from like 1910 newspapers.
No Ken Burns effect.
Yeah, no Ken Burns effect. So
for those of you that aren't in the biz, Ken Burns effect is when the photo basically appears as if it's moving because you're zooming in or zooming out on it.
Correct.
Correct?
Yep.
I'm a documentary man.
So yeah, none of the like dramatizations or any of that bullshit either. I just want like people who were there, and a lot of them might be dead by now.
The real stories.
So, yeah, the real story. I want the real story.
All right, I like
That's
that a
what we're
lot.
going to call it, the real story. Al Capone.
Yeah, exactly.
Al Capone, the real story.
It's got a good ring to it.
Ooh,
I don't mind that at all.
I'd go see it. All right, Evan Foxy.
I want to do the real story, like Ty, of Tiger Woods and LeBron James. I just think they have the most awesome story.
Like their
beginning to
relationship?
end. No. Separate docs.
Oh,
Sorry, separate docs. LeBron from high school, getting drafted.
That's every
the
Nike
decision.
commercial.
Yeah, but I think it'll be an awesome doc, the whole thing fully. Same with Tiger in the incident.
Yeah, the Tiger one
Two
would
great
be
stories.
incredible.
Yeah. Good.
Tigers would be better.
Zito.
I would do mine on Thomas Adams,
Okay.
Oh.
the creator of gum.
Okay.
Thomas Adams created gum?
He created a strain of gums, yes. He was a very good, I guess he collabed with William Wrigley down the road.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Mr. Wrigley.
And then I would also do one for Ken Byrne.
Yep.
Did that just happen?
Yeah, I really want that one, actually. I really want to know how he's the guy.
Last year during Quick Hits, it was a law for Quick Hits that we had to do at least one Ken Burns effect every episode.
It's so good. It's basically what Netflix
staple.
is right now with documentaries. You can make a full documentary right now if you have the Ken Burns effect, a couple pictures, and one person to tell
Just
the
a
story.
cool voiceover.
You can do it.
The name of my documentary, though, will be The Gum Father.
The Gum Father.
Oh, you've really thought about this.
Yeah, I really want to know. I just want to know what's going on.
I want.
All right, Nick.
Elias Sampson, WWE superstar. May or may not be because I was partially involved in the creation and formative years of this character and this individual. A little trampoline wrestling, but it's a good story, and I think it should be told.
He's the guy right now in WWE. I very much enjoy what Elias has become, and I very much enjoy the fact that you strictly said that just because there's a chance that you'll be a pretty big role in
respect
it.
that.
Yeah,
Sure.
I respect that a lot. Get yourself over a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like to produce it, get a little role in there and make some money.
I love a good EP credit.
Yeah. And you have all the inside scoop. You wouldn't let him get you. Be like,
I'll tell the real story.
You got to put
no
the real
bullshit.
part of that in there.
Hey man, you remember when you used to go to parties and just drink a gallon of water the entire time while Pat McAfee, professional football player, was bonging?
And he would, but he wouldn't judge anyone. He was there to have a good time too. He'd just hang out.
I'll never forget. I think I bonged 3 beers at once. It was the first time I ever did it in a kitchen. And I bonged it, and I was like, oh, that was awesome. I turned, and Jeff Elias was standing there with and I think I was in college at the time playing D1 football. Mm-hmm. And he was just holding a gallon of water. And I was like, oh, you're gonna, he was like, no, I'm not drinking, man. I'm like, oh, what are you? He's like, I'm trying to be a professional wrestler. I'm like, I'm trying to be a professional football player.
The two can exist together.
And I had so much respect for him. I was like, oh, okay, good, man. See you later. And then now he's the guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a part of it. Exactly.
Yes.
And then look where you end up.
Yep.
You both made it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
2 different approaches.
2 very vastly different approaches. That was awesome. It just came back to me with you talking about that documentary. That moment in my head is just ingrained because it's one guy, he was making probably $4 a match at that point, like with no hope of making, no real light at the end of the tunnel. He's just sitting in that kitchen, just like so focused. And I'm on a scholarship at WVU. And there's probably deep down in there like, this motherfucker drinking this water. But he was so nice. He was such a nice man. And now he's
Great
just
guy.
a hilarious smartass.
Yeah.
I'm proud. I'm very proud of Elias. I'm very happy for him too. He worked his
Not
ass
a lot
off.
of people
He
make it.
struggled for a while, and then here he is on top of the world. He's got an album.
Grinder.
He's got 2 documentaries coming out about himself. It's legit. He has 2 documentaries about himself coming out. That's a good character.
It's really good. This was actually Diggs's I Want to Know. I fucked up. I should have had you read it. So I'm interested to see.
Well, it was actually a
what
listener
you
question
have.
that I sent to Todd. I was like, oh, this would be a good I want to know.
Yeah, okay. Well, there we go.
You guys familiar with the U.S. Army's 10th Mountain Division?
The horses.
Yes.
Yes.
No. To Pat. You guys are. They
10th
scaled-
Mountain, that was the Black Hawk Down, right?
No.
Okay.
Are we talking like Italy here, World War II?
Yes.
Oh.
Ty, spot on. 1945, they scaled a sheer cliff that the Germans left unguarded, assuming no one could get up it, and they took the enemy by surprise. The move proved key in opening up an offensive that over the next 3 months carried the 10th all the way to the Alps. The 10th Mountain Division is the only unit in the entire history of the American military that came to existence thanks to the lobbying of civilians, because they saw all the other armies had a mountain division made up of skiers and climbers. Ended up being a big part of winning World War II.
Nice.
Wow.
That's a good story.
Pretty
Needs to
crazy.
be told.
That is actually a very good story.
How big was the mountain?
Oh, it was big. I mean, they left it unguarded. Thought it couldn't have been
Big
climbed.
enough that no one could ever climb
I
it.
thought it couldn't be climbed.
I've been in the Italian Alps. Big mountain.
That was actually in development to be a movie too, like 5 years
could
ago.
be an
and
Oscar
It got
movie.
shelved. Yeah. But
So Mussolini and Hitler said this mountain's too big.
Yep.
No, it's not even guarded.
Yes.
Imagine that meeting. They're like, how about that mountain?
Too big.
And the U.S.
Too big,
fucking
like no
arranged
more.
a bunch of badasses who climbed and skied and snuck up behind the army, or the German army, and took advantage of
Well,
it.
Nice.
just like Avatar, the big bird above you. You never think it's up there. You don't look up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't look up. We were the big bird above
Don't
them.
see it coming.
Don't see it coming. Good for us.
That would be a good doc.
It's basically gonna be like
Good
the
movie.
one where that guy refused to shoot a gun, and they climbed up the cliff.
Oh,
World War II.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
yeah.
That's what I'm basing it upon. I thought I was gonna hate that movie, and then I ended up like
Very
It was
good.
good.
Well,
Just
yeah,
for
it's real
future
good.
reference, you can't base a documentary on another story.
Well, you know,
That was
it's similar.
Vietnam
It's gonna be
too, right?
shot similarly.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Stylistic.
No, that was World War II.
How Hacksaw was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Iwo Jima.
fundamental.
What am I thinking of? Oh, Unbroken. Is that the one that was Vietnam?
Oh, that's where old buddy was running with the water.
Yeah, yeah.
That was also World War II.
also
Yeah.
World War II. Oh.
It seems like a lot.
I'm very good at my war movies, as you can see.
Dunkirk was the worst.
Yeah.
I hated it.
I don't think
People raved about
Like
it.
Yeah.
3 words, a lot of music.
Yep. I like
Oh,
it.
Harry
I-
Styles.
I, liked,
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
I like Dunkirk
Yeah.
a lot.
I
too,
enjoyed
yeah.
it a lot as well.
You don't need a lot of dialogue a lot
I think
of times.
it was hyped up so much.
It was very hyped up. You're going to get that with any
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan movie, but you don't need a shitload of dialogue. It's all in the subtleties of the acting.
20,
And I
20
loved how they
minutes
did
of
it.
carrying a guy on a stretcher. 20 minutes following these 2 guys carrying a guy on a stretcher. I'm like, that's a little much.
You timed it.
I get it.
That's the
Yeah.
art, Todd. That's the art.
See,
is.
the reason why I like the movie so much is because Harry Styles was one of the biggest pop stars on earth at the time, and they didn't even say he was in the movie.
Yes,
He was
you're
great
right.
in
You're
it.
right.
That's
you're right.
why I like the movie, because they refused to even say that he was in the movie. And then I went and saw the movie like opening weekend. I was like, they should have probably told people that Harry Styles was in this fucking movie.
Tom Hardy, who was one of the
did.
biggest movie stars on the planet, they
Yeah,
just
they
kept
didn't
him
really-
with like a helmet and a mask on pretty much the entire time.
Yeah, but he had the best scene in the whole
Yeah.
movie.
He did have the
He,
best
he
scene.
won the movie. I like the way
The
they set
final
it up.
one with the plane.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
he lands on the beach and they all descend on
yeah,
him.
yeah. And he saves everyone else from the at the end there.
There had to be a better way, though. There had to be something he could do there where he didn't have to sacrifice himself. By the way, I don't want to revisionist history, but there had to be something Tom Hardy could have done there.
Probably.
In my head, I was watching. I was like, better intel. I feel like we could have done something a little bit different end of the story here. We think this one through a little bit more.
That's what Iron Man said to Captain America.
True.
He said, Captain
me.
America said, "You won't be the guy to lay down, make the sacrifice play."
To Iron Man.
Yeah.
What
and
Iron
Iron
Man?
Man said, "I'd just cut the wire. I'd figure out another way."
Oh, see, there you go.
Great answer.
I like that.
By
I think
Robert
It's
Downey
Tony
Jr.
Stark. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Joaquin Garcia. I'm gonna make a doc about him. He's probably known as the best undercover agent the FBI has ever had. He went undercover for several years under the identity of Jack Falcone.
Nice name.
Infiltrated the mafia, the Gambino family. That's how good Italians are. There's some Mexican guy pretend to be Italian.
Good tan.
Didn't recognize it. Took down the whole operation. 32 Gambinos down, and he's fair about it. He also took down a bunch of dirty cops on the other side. So, guy,
Good for him.
Hey, I wonder how hard it is when you get in there not to
Be yourself.
become a fool.
you
Like
get
that
fucked.
McConaughey, what was it?
No, Donnie Brasco, I think.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Donnie Brasco, but also remember McConaughey was a part of that biker gang in that.
Oh, True Detective. I
True
actually
Detective.
just watched that episode last night.
Very hard not to become a full-on biker.
They do.
Yes,
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
That like this guy, he had to act like a full mobster.
I
yeah,
guarantee
he
you,
killed
he
people before,
helped cut up dead bodies and
Yeah.
all that. I think, in fact, he did. There was a story where he had to cut up a guy in the basement.
Well,
Are
and
you
that's
saying to like go through the actions or to not just be like, you know what, fuck this,
Fuck
cops?
it, I'm in the fucking mafia. It would be very hard not to be like, yeah, it's like $60,000 a year.
That's what Joe Pistone, the guy who played Donnie Brasco, said. If they wouldn't have got me out when they did, I would have just been
Yeah, yeah.
ingratiated into that lifestyle. Like,
And
I'd have been
this
done
guy
for
was
it.
given a top tier position in the Gambino family, so he had to have done
Millions of dollars.
something. No
too.
way that you couldn't get that without them witnessing you do something.
Yeah, you got to be a made man. You got to kill somebody, don't you? I think you got to kill
Sure.
So
Yeah, he's a rat.
I think it'd be a cool documentary. So I'm gonna have some good
Are
stories.
undercover police rat? No, they're just cops.
No, they're rats.
The rats are the people who
No, the rats are the people who are supposed to
Turn.
be bad guys and then
Oh,
flip
the
like
wolves.
little bitches.
Like the sheep and wolf, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if
when Jack sits down with Leo and he does that, I smell a rat. I mean, Leo's an undercover cop.
A cheese-eating rat.
But a rat would be if
really
one of
good,
his
actually.
guys started narking for the police.
turning, yeah. So Todd right now, because
Is
the
a rat in
conversation
here,
we're
yes.
currently having right now is whether or not Todd is a rat. That is, but I don't think an undercover police officer is technically a rat because he's a cop.
Yeah, because that's,
Well,
his,
that's his
job.
job,
He
yeah.
went there to
Yeah.
fool you, and he fooled
Listen,
you.
we're just
went
basing
there.
this off of The Departed.
Where I come from, he's a fucking rat.
Costello said, I got a rat.
He's a cop.
And your guys' sniffers don't trust him anyway. This guy, again, was Mexican.
Well,
Pretended to be Italian.
I'd
they don't
explain-
discriminate. They
yeah,
hired the best man for the job.
Yeah, I'd explain to you.
He went by Jack Falcone.
Yeah,
Falcone.
Falcone.
You guys were like,
Yeah,
hey, you
you
know
really
what?
like Mexican food.
You should help run the family.
Gambino family, Falcone, come on in.
Falcone.
That Falcone guy makes some good-ass tacos.
Have you tried Falcone's guac? This shit is impeccable. That might be how he moved up.
Probably.
It might be how he moved up.
Probably.
At the potluck. It just jumped in.
We're having Mexican night at Falcone's house. Imagine them in court too. We should have fucking known. We had a fucking Mexican night. God damn it. We're smarter than this. We're smarter than this.
Let's hit a fact or fiction real quick.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god.
Stop fucking lying. All right. So, this is Halloween's coming up. Big candy month.
Okay.
I figure we'd do something candy related.
I hate this segment because I feel like a guy I know is just lying to me all the time. Because I feel like after watching Bull, I should know.
It's tough.
I'm gonna watch it, Todd.
Okay, here we go.
You were a professional liar, though.
I was.
He's a rat.
I was an actor. Almost.
Oh boy.
Okay, the Tootsie Roll was created in 1928 by by a,
Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
the Tootsie Roll candy was created in 1928 by a Polish immigrant named Martin Gurka. Martin made the candies by hand and sold them from a push cart in the streets of Chicago. Gurka called them at the time Toots because his nickname for his daughter was Toot. His Toots quickly became a huge hit and began showing up in candy shops all throughout Chicago. Here's the tricky part. Gurka and his wife were gifted sometime later tickets for the inaugural voyage of the Hindenburg in 1937 by the Sweets Company of America, who were in the process of negotiating a purchase price for the Toots recipe from Gurka. After, obviously, that went bad for everybody on board.
Toots, right?
Yep.
Toots.
After her parents' death, Bella Gurka, Toot, sold her father's recipe to Fisher Confections for $370,000. Fisher family renamed it Tootsie Roll to honor the namesake of the candy, and then later became the Tootsie Roll Company.
Hilarious to think that the Tootsie Roll name could have possibly been named after Hey Toots.
Hey, have you tried Gurka's Toots? His daughter? No, you sick bastard. The candy.
So what, is it just the whole story there? You want us to tell you if the whole story is true?
Yeah, if this historical piece of information is fact or fiction.
The Hindenburg involved, the whole thing.
Yep. That's how they died. It was originally Toots.
I love the
because
Hindenburg.
she was named Toot, was her nickname. It was a popular candy. Sold the recipe. The daughter sold the recipe after they died.
Wow.
Zito, do you know if Tootsie Roll started in Chicago?
Well, there are a lot of Polish people in Chicago.
So it would make sense.
Yeah.
But it's my understanding that the Polish are not a very smart bunch.
That is something that is said very often.
So I'm going to go fiction.
Fiction. This is a hell of a tell. I don't blame anybody for not.
Hey, the Tootsie Roll is a pretty simple fucking candy.
I
Yeah,
know, which
Tootsie
made
Rolls
me-
are generally for pores, I think. So I don't know if they.
Fucking tie.
That's
No,
true. I mean, like,
That and candy corn.
would you
Tootsie Cup?
ever pick to have a Tootsie Roll over anything else?
I don't really like candy. I'm a chocolate guy.
Yeah, but it's all chocolate.
when you
Tootsie
go-
Rolls
when you
are,
go
and
into-
it's just bottom barrel chocolate.
When you go into Planet Fitness, they have a big bin of Tootsie Rolls.
I don't think I mind a Tootsie Roll now that I think about it.
You don't mind it,
I'm
but
not
you never.
choosing.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
It's weird. It's like a gummy chocolate.
I don't
Yeah.
mind them either. I won't deny that they're popular, obviously. I mean, they're everywhere.
Todd,
you
who
look,
made 'em?
but- Who?
Yeah.
Martin Gurka, Polish immigrant.
You thought
Made them by hand, sold them from a cart. They
he
got
would've just
popular.
known it.
Yeah, I
He
thought
did.
like his natural answer would have just been, a guy named Jack did.
I'll go fact.
Fact? Okay.
There's a lot of intricate details in this goddamn story that we have to digest.
I'm gonna go fiction
Yeah,
just
something
because of Hindenburg.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what I
all
was
of it's
leaning
true.
towards.
You think
but,
that went one level too far?
But
I get it.
Hindenburg.
That would make sense. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fiction as well.
Fiction as well.
Fact.
Fact.
Fiction.
Fiction.
I made a pretty big rule after this last episode that I am no longer going to agree with Connor or Zito. They're both on the fiction train. So
Showing
I'm
the
gonna
good
s-
side.
Let's
I'm
go,
gonna-
Zito.
I'm going to say fact.
Okay.
Come
This
on,
piece
Zito.
of historical information is fiction.
hey, let's go.
It was all made up. All of it.
How do you get that much deep? The fucking Hindenburg gets into the story somehow?
It's
I
wild.
should have known when he was calling it Toots and not Toots.
Because when I saw the Titanic story on the list too, I started thinking about the Hindenburg, and then
It takes a lot of digging to create one of those. It's
pretty good.
I went Hindenburg because I thought some people would be like, no, it's too obviously made up.
Wait, what parts are true?
None of it.
None of it.
Oh,
None of it's true. Except the Tootsie Roll Company does own. They own.
That's what I thought it
They
was
own
going. It was
Yeah.
too made up.
Did you make up the name too?
Yes, everything.
if you would have went anywhere besides Polish, I would have been in fact. So
So everything was made up except the fact that the Tootsie Roll Company now owns the recipe of the Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like that is an obvious fact of all of them. Yeah.
But they haven't always. It was some other person. Somebody bought it.
It wasn't Stan Gurka.
No. All right, let's get to these listener questions. We have the best listeners in the podcast universe. They want answers. They have questions. Zito, let's give it to them.
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
Remember, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
All right, question number 1, Diggsy.
What's up, Heartland Radio 2.0? Question number 1, Todd. I've got a weird predicament that I'm somehow stuck in. I have a buddy from high school who is the typical wannabe rapper, and he keeps sending me Snapchats of him rapping on a weekly basis. He's not terrible, but obviously he's not going to blow up. Not to mention, we both live in Owen County, Indiana, in a town with a population just over 2,000. He's 22. Should I be an asshole and tell him to stop, or be nice and let it continue?
I think the answer is obvious. He needs a viral video.
What
Maybe
you do
rent a
is you
plane.
strap him to a plane.
Yeah.
Snapchat's tough too, because if it's just on Facebook or Twitter, you can ignore it. Snapchat, they're sending it right to you, right? You got to see it. You have to acknowledge it in some way.
I think I think if it really is your best friend, he said.
A friend.
A friend?
Yeah.
If he's really a friend, you tell him to put that mic down right now.
Yeah, that's. Do you support? All right, so if your friend thinks he's going to be a rapper and he keeps sending you videos of it, and he thinks that he's really good, do you support him and just say, "Hey, keep going"?
You got to be rational about it. I don't think if you actually think he's good, say, "Hey, look, you have some talent." But if you really are listening and you
know he's wasting his time,
you're not ever gonna see him on a billboard,
then you should be honest.
Tell him to call
You
it.
go, hey man, I appreciate you sending me all your work, but if I want to come see you, I'll see you at your concert that you're never gonna fucking have.
Or just tell him to hit SoundCloud. He'll post them on SoundCloud for a little, and then it'll fizzle out.
Basically, a small town rapper keeps sending his friend Snapchats, and then his friend thinks it's not very good, and he wants them to stop sending them.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom there. I missed the whole thing.
Yeah, he does not approach it.
I'm a supporter. I'd go for it.
Keep going.
Keep going, dude. There's a lot of terrible rappers out there making a lot of money. Just keep going, dude. It'll hit eventually, and then you just got to let him learn his own way. We had a kid from our school that rapped. Mm-hmm. He was pretty good, actually.
Nick ran his car club.
He did. He listens to the show.
Nitrous Rush.
I actually enjoyed some of his songs. Anybody had no chance of making it because he didn't have a label behind him, and he had to go do alternative things, and that he figured it out for himself. I think you let the person chase their dream.
Yeah. Okay.
How old is this guy? Did it say?
22.
22,
right?
yeah.
He's still young.
Let him go. He can learn.
Can you just block him?
35-year-old guy still rapping.
That's why Snapchat's not the right avenue. I think you got to tell them, look, put your stuff on Twitter, put your stuff where someone else can see it. Snapchat, no one's gonna stumble.
You'd be like,
upon
hey
it
man,
there.
I really want to share your stuff. Maybe quit snapping it. Maybe like put it on Twitter, and I'll
there you go.
The same thing with SoundCloud.
we'll share it there.
But you know what could happen? Like maybe he's not the best rapper, but if he keeps at it, maybe something evolves from it. Like maybe he goes in behind the scenes.
Also,
on the business side of rapping or something, because he learns all this shit.
What happened
along
with
the
that one guy we interviewed? Was he,
yeah.
Was he Gucci Mane's manager?
Oh no, he was 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, he tried being a rapper but couldn't do it. But
So there you go.
now he runs or something.
Hey, all it takes is one, too. Maybe he comes out with one great song, and then now
You
he's
never know
huge.
what he's going to hit.
That's true.
Mo Bamba, Shaq West. I mean, kind of blew him up, and that's a terrible song. I love it though, but it's terrible.
People do love it.
I think there's a lot of bad songs out there that make
Tons.
it.
Yeah.
I think because he should keep going. Maybe send more Snapchats. More.
It's more. There you go. 2 different ways to approach it. You pick your own, but I kind of like just supporting him.
Listener question number 2. As we all know, Nick hates Will Smith. For the rest of the gang, who are your most overrated actors or actresses you straight up loathe?
I don't loathe this man because growing up, I thought he had a couple of good movies. I think The Rock is just unbearably.
Wow. You hate The Rock?
Hold on.
You're
hold
a
on,
hater, bro.
Hold on. I think he's
Don't be a hater.
I think he's unbearably in too much. I think he's in.
This man right here?
He was in. Well, like I said, that man right there, the one from The Rundown, and what's the other one?
Rundown's a great
What
movie.
was the
I
other
love
one?
that movie.
Walk
Walking
Hard.
Tall.
Yeah. Walking Tall.
Great movie too.
Another great movie, but that was 2005.
You think he's oversaturated?
I think he's oversaturated, and I think he's too much on the Kevin Hart train, who's also my second. I think Kevin Hart is another guy who's just
Song
too much
everyone.
all over the place. You have 6, okay? I have 2.
Yeah, but mine makes,
Give me a break
mine
here.
makes sense.
Yeah, well, they make sense to me. All right, but yeah,
Okay.
Rock
so
Kevin Hart.
You don't hate them. You're just saying
I liked
they've been
their
oversaturated.
yes.
Do you like Kevin Hart's stand-up?
No.
Okay.
Well, he's from Boston, so.
Yeah.
Go green. Go boy. There we go.
Well, also, Bill Burr, Louis C.K. Those are very
You could
very
like
good.
all. You could like.
Yeah, you're white comedian.
I like
It's
all
weird.
three of them.
It's weird that you like Bill Burr,
They're
white
just-
guy from Boston.
Just a couple guys from Boston. Yeah, I support the town.
Why you got to start a conversation like that? Huh? Why you got to say that? Yeah, you would hate me, Bill. You don't know that. I do. I know you would.
They turned out to be a big fan.
Yeah, but we didn't really meet me. He just watched me. We didn't really have a conversation.
A fan of your work.
It was just
a fan of your work. Yeah.
That laugh, by the way, is something
Great.
I very much enjoy.
So good.
So good.
Mott, you want me to go?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I really want to hear this.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, thank you.
You know what? I'm actually on your page. On this
I
one.
am on your page now.
I hate this guy.
I would have never thought of that until you said that, but yeah. You know what? Yeah.
He's literally the only guy I really hate.
I hated him in Batman.
Hated him. Hated that he was even there. I judge everybody by how they do on talk shows because that's the actual person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Every time he goes on a fucking talk show, I want to climb through the TV, walk up onto the stage, tell the host to just quiet down for 1 second and punch him in the face.
Cheesy as fuck.
Hate him. I just hate him. And he gets handed all these things, too. I feel like he gets handed a lot of things. I don't enjoy him. And maybe I'd like him as a person. I don't know. He almost ruined the night before the night with he tried his best to ruin that one. And Rogan was crushing. Everybody was crying. He tried his best to ruin it. I hate him as a person.
I thought you were gonna pick what's his name, David Spade.
Well, yeah, he's obviously a terrible actor. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows he's terrible.
Yeah, that's kind of his thing.
It doesn't have to
Sucking.
be. I'm not just bringing the attention to somebody that sucks. And I think David Spade probably a good guy if you get to know him. Probably.
I don't know. He seems like he'd be kind of a weasel to me. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, though. I don't like him. I don't like him.
I'm enjoying this a lot.
I don't know why I don't like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I don't know why. And I think it was one time I saw him on a late night show and he talked and I was like, well, I hate that guy. Just like what I did with Brad Paisley. Same thing. Same thing with Brad Paisley.
I'm really liking that pick because that's one I had to think about for a second. And I'm going through every movie and I'm like, yeah, I've never really loved him in anything.
But he's in everything.
But he's in a lot of shit.
Yeah. He's
that's
got
a
the
good
juice.
pick.
He's got the plug.
There's supposed to be 5 avatars.
Can't wait.
One of my guys
needs to be
one of my
6.
guys is in Avatar, so I was just looking him up.
Who is it?
Giovanni Ribisi.
Ooh,
Really?
nice.
Who's that?
He's the guy who's like running the show at Avatar.
The guy with the scar?
No,
the other like the weird little dude who
business
runs
guy.
everything. He's got the rock
He's
floating.
in Ted. He's
You know
in
the-
Ted.
He's
the
the
medic
creepy
in
guy.
Saving
Yeah, he's the
Private
creepy
Ryan.
guy in Ted.
Gone 60 seconds as well, right?
Yeah, he's been. a
Oh,
lot.
yeah, when he starts explaining what an unobtainium is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That guy who moves
Yes.
the
Remember the
thing?
dad from Ted?
He's in Sneaky Pete, though. I did
He's
like
the
him
rat in
Sneaky
Boiler
Pete.
Room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
boiler
just
room.
go through my other
Oh,
ones.
yeah, I know. He's from, isn't he not in American History X?
No, that's Ed Norton.
I love Ed Norton.
I do know who you're talking about, though, this Giovanni Ribisi guy. That's an Italian, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Wow,
Okay.
look at you just turning your
David Schwimmer, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's
that's a good
that?
one.
Brendan Fraser.
Ross.
from the Friends.
Brendan Fraser.
Whoa.
George of the Jungle.
What did he do?
Timeless.
He's the absolute worst. And Josh Hartnett is for my men, but I'm a man of both.
It's tough for me because it's a Black Hawk Down. Man.
See, I also that was one of my thinking, but Black Hawk Down is one of my favorite movies of all time. Think about how good it would have been without Josh Hartnett.
I just don't know who any of these people are.
Cam Diaz,
Fell off.
Drew Barrymore, and Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, definitely.
Who's that?
First Spider-Man.
Is that Jake's lady?
Yeah, it's Jake's sister.
She wasn't in the first Spider-Man.
You're thinking of Kirsten Dunst.
That's who I'm thinking
Maggie
of. yeah.
Gyllenhaal replaced what's her name in Batman?
She replaced Katie Holmes.
Right.
Oh,
That
I
is
know
just
her.
Rachel. Yeah, okay, yeah.
What does she say when she's tired of that dumb fucking dumpster? It's gonna be okay, Harvey.
My answer is yes.
It's gonna be okay, Harvey.
That was the worst one.
It's gonna be okay, Harvey.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was a bad.
I thought she played a good role, though. That
Yeah.
was a good role. That was a
I
good
don't hate her.
Who do you hate, Todd?
I hate Steven Seagal because he's a fake martial artist. Who's made quite a living out of being a fake martial
It
artist.
seems like everybody hates that guy,
Yeah.
huh?
Oh, he's the worst.
He's friends with Putin, though, so.
Yeah. This one may surprise people. I don't enjoy Ryan Gosling.
Really?
Wow.
I think he was
That's real bad.
the worst part of Remember the Titans, and I'll never forgive him for that.
Well, that was also like 16 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he always has the same expression. He just always looks
handsome?
like he's sad. He just always had that just sad.
You
always.
can't
no
not
matter what
watch
he's doing.
Crazy Stupid Love and not like
It's
him,
the
though.
best
It's the best rom com of all time.
Agreed.
I don't know. He just bothers me. I don't
Drive
know.
also.
I told you it was going to surprise you.
You're just jealous.
Just something about.
You're just jealous.
I'd rather see Josh Hartnett play in all his roles.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My goodness.
And I hate Hugh Grant. Every time I see Hugh Grant anywhere, I'm like, I just want to punch him right in his fucking dumb British face.
Hugh Grant's a good one.
Oh, I hate him so much. And then finally, Lucas Black, who was the little kid in Sling Blade. I hate him as an adult actor.
Ooh, Mike Winchell?
Really?
Yeah, from NCIS
Tokyo
New Orleans.
Drift was phenomenal.
Friday Night Lights, yeah, Mike Winchell.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
one of the grittiest quarterbacks of all time.
Oh, yeah.
War number 20.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I just looked up who Hugh Grant is?
Yeah.
Well, what did he do to you?
He's just the worst in every movie. I don't know. I just hate him.
Every rom com ever.
Yes, he's the same guy always.
How many rom coms? You guys watch a lot of rom
Oh, I
coms?
love a good rom com.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Why not? Maybe on a Sunday at 3, you're feeling a little lonely. It's not football season.
Oh yeah, they're the best.
You have to.
Made in Manhattan, when Jennifer Lopez was his maid, and
yeah, that was a weird one. I hated it.
Ugh.
The only rom com I watch is Hitch.
That's a good one.
It's a heater.
What about Wedding Crashers?
That's a rom com.
Oh, yeah.
That's a romantic comedy,
Oh, yeah.
my friend.
Wedding Crashers is a rom com.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
R-rated one, right? It was R-rated.
Yeah, yeah, it was
So that helped, but
Heavy on the com.
That's also a good
more
cast.
It was also heavy on the rom.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of rom. And Bradley Cooper's in that movie.
The breakup is the first hour.
Sack lunch.
I will say this forever. The first hour of the breakup is the funniest rom com of all
my
time.
God.
yep.
Vince Vaughn needs to come back.
Yeah.
Big
I miss
comeback.
Vince Vaughn.
He's actually on my list here.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, Vince Vaughn bothers you?
Who else?
He doesn't bother me, and let me just start by saying I respect the craft. Okay, it's like so I appreciate what all actors do.
Wait, I'm tired of you guys fucking pussyfooting this. This question is, who do you hate?
Hey, let
I
me,
said,
let me get into it.
I would like to be known. I am not that big of a hater, and I very much said I hate Joseph
And
Gordon-Levitt.
I also said I hate all of mine.
I'm basing this more on like guy hasn't made a good movie or been in a good TV show in like 10 years.
Okay.
So Johnny Depp is 1A on that. I mean, he just hasn't been worth a shit in a long time.
Jack Sparrow always has a place in my
Excuse me,
but
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, but he hasn't he hasn't played. He plays the same like neurotic, weird character in every movie. He's played Jack Sparrow in more movies than just Pirates of the Caribbean.
Very good at it.
Vince Vaughn, same thing. He needs the
Google interns. What was that movie with Owen Wilson?
The internship.
internship.
Heater.
Yeah, but if that would have been rated R, I think it would have let him and Owen Wilson do a little bit more, and I think it would have been a
Now
lot
we're saving
funnier.
lives. Now we're saving lives.
And then I think Rachel McAdams sucks.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think Rachel McAdams is a good actress at all.
See,
You don't like Rachel
I went
McAdams?
through a period where she was my favorite.
It's probably
Was
'cause I
this
wanna
was this
bang
a
her.
Hey, Wedding Crashers.
I want to
Probably 'cause I want to. I'm sure I want to bang her so bad. I'm giving her extra credit,
Yes.
like for her
actresses that you want to marry. She's up the top for.
She was so bad in True Detective
I
season
knew
2.
I knew that. Was this also why you don't like Vince Vaughn?
Yeah, he wasn't good in that either.
You want to throw Colin Farrell in there too?
No, Colin Farrell was electric.
Great mustache.
I didn't know. I just searched. That's right. I didn't know that was Rachel McAdams.
That and it's pretty.
Do you like her?
She was a huge
I
bitch
don't
on
think
the
I
set of The
know.
Notebook.
I don't think I know.
Really?
Yeah, you don't get away treating Gosgod like that on my watch. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Rachel
Watch out,
McAdams.
Todd.
Real
God.
beef here.
That's a great one.
I don't know why I'm not a fan of Gosling.
Who you got royalty besides Will Smith? Anybody?
Not really. I mean, he's so far and above everyone else. Like everyone else is
your only one?
They're just some general dislikes, but I mean, I just don't really
Name them.
I don't really have that passion for anyone else.
Okay, I respect it.
Foxy, yeah.
I really don't have one, but I'll give you some characters I hate.
Okay,
All right,
I
ready?
guess.
First, I'll start with Draco Malfoy. Hate his face. Second one, Skylar from Breaking Bad. I think that was the point of her character.
Yeah.
But very much hated her.
Oh.
And Dom from Entourage.
Oh,
He sucked.
Good.
Oh, I know who it is.
Oh.
You guys are gonna kill me again. Aaron Paul.
Oh, don't do that.
Aaron Paul, I'm
Such a
blanking.
likable human.
Really?
I'm blanking.
I don't like
I
him.
actually
Breaking
don't know.
Bad. Breaking Bad.
Jesse from Breaking Bad. I don't like him.
He was on Price is Right.
Yeah, I don't like him.
He was having drinks with people in Pittsburgh while they were filming.
Cool. A lot of people have drinks in Pittsburgh.
No, like
A
he
lot
invited,
of drinks in
No, like
Pittsburgh.
he invited fans out to join him at the bar and just have a drink.
That's
Josh
awesome.
Cinco
I
movies.
didn't go.
It was at Jack's.
I didn't want to go.
Hanging out down at Jack's. Real level-headed guy.
I have seen him in stuff outside of Breaking Bad, and I've not enjoyed his work
Fast
outside
and-
of
or
that.
Not Fast and the Furious.
Need for Speed.
Need
Oh,
for
so
Speed.
Yeah.
Need for Speed was great.
So good. Kid
So
Cudi.
you got one?
Him and Kid Cudi.
Jay Baruchel, I believe his name is.
Baruchel.
Baruchel,
Hate
yep.
that guy.
Who?
Jay Baruchel.
He's like
This is
Seth.
the end.
He's Seth's guy.
And,
You
and
see
this
Goon?
is the end. He's the other guy.
Have you seen Goon?
I have seen Goon.
He is the buddy who has the access cable hockey show.
Rule
the
number
funny
one.
guy
His
in
voice
it.
sucks.
She's out of my league.
Oh, I love that guy.
I know. I love it too.
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
How to Train Your Dragon? I don't know. Animation people
Don't touch
out
my
there.
fucking
Bro.
Percocets, and do you have any fucking Percocets?
He's also in another movie I just seen recently, Game Night, maybe, or
No, not game night.
the Kill Your Boss one. Is he in
Horrible
it?
Bosses?
No.
That's Charlie Day.
Jay Baruchel is in a movie I just seen recently. I like it.
He's a good comedy man.
I do like him.
Tito's way off.
Every
course
time
here.
this guy's in a movie, though, I think that guy's funny.
Yeah, I agree. I
He's
think that's
Canadian.
the worst call today.
Yeah, probably by far.
Probably. I don't know how. He's harmless.
I don't know.
he's-
You're
he's
just trying to
lovable.
you're just trying to push your Gosling one off to the side.
I'll get Chris
There's
to
a
fight
harmless and lovable guy.
Also, Vin Diesel. I'm surprised no one said that.
Whoa, he's a
but
hero. He's a hero to the ball community.
Never
Knocked on nobody!
He's a terrible fucking
find me
actor.
guilty.
Toretto. Oh, Toretto never knocked on nobody.
You ever
See,
watch
but like, I
Vin
don't think
Diesel Find Me Guilty? You ever seen it?
No.
Oh, he has hair, and he's a mafia guy, and he decides to represent himself in court. And it's the entire mob. It's a true story. The entire mafia basically is up for trial, and the bosses turn their back on him, and basically he's representing himself. And it's a Find Me Guilty. Vin Diesel.
it good?
I'm a movie historian, movie buff, so I kind of know this type of stuff.
Yeah, you are.
I'm like he has made some turds, but he's been in enough movies that I really enjoyed his character in that I
Fast
have
and
to give him,
Furiouses.
like Saving Private
Saving Private
Ryan,
Ryan, yep.
and Knock
Triple
Around
X.
Guys. Yeah,
I also could be
Triple
wrong, but I
X.
don't think he acts like he's like an Oscar-worthy actor.
No, I never said he was.
No, but I feel like that's why people hate certain
But-
people. Like, why
yeah.
I hate Will Smith.
That's not an unpopular opinion, though. By the way, a lot of people
Doesn't
I-
have his wife just
I
claiming
think
racism. Why he
you
doesn't win
take
an
him
Oscar.
out and you can fill in any other jacked guy in his position. They do the exact same thing.
Dom from Entourage could have been Dom Toretto.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the right name? Find Me Guilty? Is that the right
Yeah.
name?
Yeah,
It's good.
I thought about Vin
see that.
Diesel
He does
for
have
a
a good
while.
head of hair in this, too.
Babylon AD is one of my, I'd say top 15. I really, really love the
You
movie
have a
Babylon
top 15
AD.
of movies?
No, I say if I were to do it out, it would be in the top 15.
I think next show we should do most underrated.
This entire segment of me was just Googling who the fuck people were. This is wild. I live in the fucking underworld.
but you had the most intriguing pick. Somebody would have never popped up on my radar, but I couldn't agree more with probably.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah,
Did you see Angels in the Outfield when you were younger?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that was the kid. Was that him as a kid?
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe I liked him as a kid.
Yep,
I liked him as a kid.
that's
then.
him.
Was he
So
in
that's
30
why,
Rock?
Is that why he gets all the jobs?
Third Rock from the Sun.
That's
Probably.
it. Third Rock from the
So
Sun.
he gets
You
all
know
the
what I meant.
jobs because he was Angels in the Outfield kid.
Pretty much, yeah. He was a child
It
star.
started. Yep.
Oh, this I don't hate him anymore then. He was forced into this life. I liked Angels in the Outfield. And now he's just been running off of that success. I fed this beast because I like that movie a lot.
I really, I don't, fuck.
I didn't know it was him at all.
Oh, yeah.
I really related to his character in the one movie.
Don John.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don John, where he's
Yeah,
addicted
yeah.
to watching porn.
I think it was that interview. I think he was promoting that movie.
And
when-
that movie sucked.
It was so
bad.
Yeah, it was his baby though. He wrote it. He
Yep,
made it.
exactly.
And that was the interview. I think
The
when I
best
was-
part of that movie is his dad.
Tony Danza.
Yeah.
Tony Danza is so fucking awesome. He's so horrible, but so fucking awesome.
I mean, ScarJo was good in it too, for being honest.
yeah,
True.
There was one Tony Danza, obviously, like a joke of like a lot of people could ridicule his acting career, right? But he made one movie, I forget, where he played a bad guy. It was like an enforcer mafia guy that was really fucking good.
You sure you're not thinking of the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon?
That's a heater. That is a heater. By the way, doing the Google searches here of all these names you guys have been saying, a lot of Canadian actors and actresses
Oh, yeah.
you guys have been going after here. A lot of them.
Too
I mean,
nice, you nice?
I'm allowed to because my number one, maybe not my number one, but very high, is a Canadian actor, and it's Ryan Reynolds. So I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to go with the rest of them.
Because Deadpool?
No, just because of everything.
I'm a big Ryan Reynolds guy.
Just because of everything. Except for Green Lantern.
I've never seen
Well, he knows it.
That
too,
wasn't his fault.
No, that was not his fault.
Deadpool made me laugh very hard. What'd you say over Foxy?
Baseball doc made more money than Green Lantern.
And should have.
Just a fun fact.
Yeah.
Should have.
Respect.
Hey, do you think we need one more?
It should have replaced Green Lantern in theaters.
We should think about adding maybe some, what are those called? Like graphics, effects.
Oh, yeah, like
Explosions.
no, CGI.
CGI.
Yeah, so our budget goes up a little bit so we can really compete
Yeah.
against other
Yeah.
people. So
I'll
we
write
say,
it down.
we had a pretty large budget as well.
Yep,
You know,
I'll write it
this
down.
would be-
Pat McAfee, professional transformer killer. You fighting monsters.
Me and this green screen over here. 6 minutes
a monster killer.
Just jumping around.
Oh, you know who's on? Julianne Moore. I don't know if I like her either. I just saw her name pop up.
Who's that?
She sucked in Jurassic Park.
I don't remember who she is.
She's a redhead.
She's yeah.
Somebody hated Jurassic World.
Jillian Moore.
I didn't like it.
Seth Rollins hated it.
Yep, he didn't either.
The latest one?
Yeah,
I
he-
haven't seen it yet still.
Maud Lebowski.
Oh, she was in Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Kingsman 2.
But she was great in Boogie Nights.
Crazy,
Terrible.
Oh,
crazy stupid love though.
Julianne
so
Moore.
leave
Yeah,
her
that's
off.
what I know.
She was great
My
in
bad.
Boogie
No, I
Nights,
was
right?
just,
Huh?
Was she in Boogie Nights?
No, I didn't.
yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was
Amber
great.
Waves. Yep.
Do you think we need one more?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll do one more. Would you bang Flo from Progressive?
I had an entire bit.
If I could get a good rate.
If not, how many beers would it take?
I'll tell you who I hate.
Flo from Progressive. Yeah. She should have died many years. When she should have been given like a car quote many years ago in a commercial, and like they should have just ran her over, and that'd have been the end of Flo.
Why do you guys hate Flo?
She brings nothing to the table.
Too much, too long. For me.
Mayhem.
Great.
Flo.
Mayhem's great.
I like Mayhem.
I like Mayhem a lot. That was a very
African American fellow with a deep voice. Big fan of him.
Dennis
Pedro
Haysbert.
Serrano.
Yeah, Pedro Serrano.
walking down Main Street in all those different cities.
He's great.
He is very good.
What's his name from Farmers?
How about the
J.K.
guy?
Simmons.
Yep. J.K.
How about the guy
Simmons.
that was at Verizon went to Sprint?
No, I hate
Hate
him.
that
too.
guy.
Hate him
Hate
too.
him,
No
Him-
loyalty.
Him and Flo
Yeah.
are both the same.
He's a rat. That guy. For sure.
Also, I hate the new Progressive guy that Flo tag teams with.
Yeah, I don't like
I
that.
hate him a lot.
I like Flo though. I think it was a good concept.
Flo's so rich too.
Yeah.
No, don't you have a story about this new Progressive guy?
Oh yeah, some guy that my cousin used to date. That's her brother. And
Really?
apparently he's a very sweet guy.
Oh,
so.
Dick's very sweet guy. Probably invite you out for a drink.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Interesting.
He's screwing up the what she had grill going on there.
Yeah, he ruined
Yeah,
my
I think
TV,
Flo's
so-
great.
Really?
I mean, it's gone on a long time. How inventive can you get after a while? But she had some good ones.
It's time to move on.
I think
It is time to move on to the next
she's
segment.
got to have so much money.
Oh
though.
yeah.
That has to be. Like
She also parlayed that. She was on a season of Mad Men. Like
As who?
just someone working in the office.
Really?
She didn't have very many
Insurance.
speaking lines, but yeah, exactly. Yeah. Assurance
Nice.
adjuster.
All right. Well, thanks for the questions, guys. Keep
So is
sending
anybody
those in.
doing it? I'm just a fan. The question was, would you have sex with her?
I would have sex with her.
Not a boy, Todd. So one of us here.
They're gonna have to give me like a couple years free insurance or something.
She makes 500 grand a
Don't
year.
worry about it.
For being Flo.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
How
it's
much?
Pretty fucking awesome. 500 grand a year.
There you go.
Solid little career there. Just being in very bright lit rooms. These things are so bright. Those flow rooms are so bright.
They are.
The whitest rooms
Those
of all
sets.
time.
All white. Yep.
Can't
like
imagine
Boston.
she's shooting those commercials very often either.
No.
Nah.
Because one commercial runs like every quarter.
Right.
She probably does like 4 shoots a year.
She's got it made.
Beat Pat McAfee tomorrow morning at 11:50 a.m.
What are we doing?
No clue.
Awesome.
11:50 a.m.
We'll figure it out today. Or nope.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
yesterday we figured it out.
Hey, check our social media handles to see what I'll be doing. And hopefully we bankrupt mybookie.ag.
But today at 11:55,
11:50.
11:50 a.m. Beat Pat McAfee.
Well, tomorrow at 11:50.
It's today.
This does not release today.
Correct. It comes
Which
out on
comes
Wednesday.
out
We're
Wednesday.
doing Pat
Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
McAfee on
Oh,
Thursday,
and
so
that's
it will
Thursday.
be tomorrow at 11:50.
right.
It's in the future.
You get it.
You get it.
Same time every week.
Yeah. Every
If you don't
Thursday.
watch it, it's okay. A lot of people do, though. A lot of people make a
A
lot,
lot
of
of
money
people
off it,
making
too.
a lot of money.
We're getting a lot of leverage from this show. A lot of leverage. And we'd love for you to be a part of it. So come join us and make money off of mybookie.ag. What
Awesome.
are we going to do?
We'll think it's
Yeah, I'll think so.
something cool
Something good.
that only you can do that nobody else could ever do.
I don't know. It is a tough thing thinking of these ideas. We need to bring in a sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
I've looked.
I have
I've
looked
been-
as well.
I've been trying to reach out to a couple right now.
There is not a lot of sumo going on in the United States.
Turns out they're all
I found a
Japan.
54-year-old sumo wrestler that lives in Chicago.
Yes.
You would do that, but he's a
Yes.
little out of his league, or he's a little old.
That's
Still.
even
He's
better.
a sumo wrestler.
It's even better.
We're not fucking. There's not a lot to pick from out there, man.
I'm going. We're not beggars can't be choosers here. If we got a sumo wrestler who's in Chicago, I don't care if he's 70. Bring his ass down here.
We got a sumo wrestler 2 hours away. Zito's looking for a guy in his prime. Like,
This is classic Zito.
So I've never sumo wrestled before. Who do you want me to take on? A 24-year-old champ? Give me a guy who's a little bit
content.
Oh my god, that's coming up.
Yeah.
Me versus a 54-year-old sumo wrestler. Book it. Bet the over. Whatever it is. I'll take down the old
You
man.
take him out.
I'm not scared to punch an old man.
No.
You got leverage. You got good leverage.
If you wore that mask too, so it'd be like an old man and old man.
Don't touch the car. Don't even look at it. Don't even think about it.
All right, let's find out what vitamin thoughts you guys have.
Oh, fuck.
Seems like. We are going for it in this one. Nice. All right, I like that. Who wants to go first? Diggs, you want to go first?
Sure. Hard-boiled eggs are the crab legs of the breakfast world. Let that sink in.
They
for
are a
second.
lot of trouble.
So true.
Hard-boiled eggs are the crab legs of the breakfast.
So true.
A lot of work for not a little, a lot of work for not a lot inside of it.
I think it's a lot, though. It's a lot more than a crab leg, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think you get more bang for your buck out of the hard-boiled egg than the crab leg if you go from work to amount you get out of it ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying the inverse. I thought you were saying the crab leg was more worth it.
No,
I agree
hard-boiled
totally.
egg. Yeah, hard-boiled egg.
It's still.
I've almost gotten to the point where I just buy the hard.
I used to
at Kroger, just already packaged.
I mean, that's the move to go to.
Yeah,
they're a little smaller though.
Yeah, they are,
don't
and it's a
trust
lot
them.
more expensive. But
Yeah, I don't trust them.
Put salt on them?
Oh yeah,
Hot sauce?
I used to. I think I've told this before.
Tabasco.
You know the thin pretzels, the really thin pretzels.
Yeah. Pretzel crisps.
Yeah. So when you're done with the bag of those, keep the bag because all the
Dunk it in there.
all the stuff's still in there. So you just put your
yeah.
eggs in there and you shake it around. It's
Genius.
fucking delicious.
Great move. All right, Nico.
It's all cube life move there.
So I have a real life old school phone note here from October 12th at 11:23 p.m. It says, I might just pack it in until 2019. And I wish I would have listened to myself. It was in reference to, just taking it easy on the weekends, just, really giving up on public life here, going out for a couple months.
Yeah.
And it came back to bite me in the ass. Or my shoulder, I should say.
Well, that happens.
Someone can still you still get hurt at home. A lot of accidents do happen within the home.
Yeah.
Great lowers the risk, though.
Yeah, I mean, I could
Well,
be
most
trucking on a scooter in
accidents
your living room, but yeah, that's a good point.
There's no potholes in the living room.
Zito.
So I was thinking the other day, I was like, how do you think the sports seasons were chosen?
What?
Like sports seasons, so like when football is football, when baseball is baseball.
Weather.
No, your thought was how long do they make the sport? So how do you know if basketball is 4 quarters, this many minutes per quarter? How'd they figure that out? How'd they find the fine line?
Insane. to
Probably
think
when
about.
they retired. Like, all right, that's been enough for
So it was like
today.
that Coca-Cola commercial they did at halftime. They're like, oh, let's get a Coke.
I don't know.
So many decisions had to be made about all this stuff at some point. And then they've all just locked them into
Right.
not
Yeah.
changing. Golf should not be 18 holes anymore.
No.
There's no reason for it to be 18 holes. It should be 14 holes.
14. Yep.
Should be 14 holes, but they won't change it. Tradition. Can't change it.
Record books, all
Can't
that.
change it. Soccer should allow more than 3 subs.
I agree with
Should make it more exciting, allow more than 3 subs. They can't change it, though, because these rules were etched in stone, literally. And the same thing with all this stuff. I don't know, Zito. Those are very interesting conversations, though.
How do you decide?
I'm going to make this my documentary as well.
It's 3 documentaries you're making. I like them. Write them down.
The story behind why each sport lasts as long as it does.
Like hockey's 3 periods.
Right.
Yeah. So what? I mean, who came up with
They were
that?
like ready to go out for the 4th period, and they're like, yeah, let's just do it 3 quarters.
Don't you know? I was thinking about not going out there.
All right, game over.
Done.
All right.
It's probably like 45-0. The team.
Yeah.
They're like, are we going out for the 4th one?
Nah, we're good.
This is about over, isn't it? It's cold as shit. That's probably what happened.
I think so.
It makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Evan, what do you got?
Yeah, my vitamin thought is that touchdowns matter in the NFL.
Oh,
Talking about game management by Atlanta there, good job by Dan Quinn. Yeah, they didn't hit one of those passes, but understanding touchdowns matter in this league. If you're able to score them, goes without saying, you can hit one of those. Not only does it change the game, and allow it to be 14-3, but it also It's momentum building. And understanding that situation, you're in field goal range, let's try to get one. They took 3 shots in the end zone, didn't convert any of them, but that's the right mindset.
Touchdowns matter.
Such a simple philosophy, but I think it rings
Jason
true.
Witten.
I think it rings true.
That's how you win football games.
He doesn't speak in
are
sentences.
important.
People in the stands are not happy with the old Booger Mobile.
We talked about this weeks ago, how it was going to, and finally somebody recorded it and was like, this is a fucking nightmare.
I just missed the touchdown.
That show. That's a bad show.
It's not good.
Monday Night Football is a bad show.
Brutal.
Everybody's talking about how terrible it is. They have to do something. They can't just sit on this the rest of the year, right?
I think you have to. For
They can't.
a year.
They can't.
It's Pat's Bills next Monday.
What are they going to do?
No, we're not talking about the games.
Has it affected how many people are watching it?
Maybe it's becoming a thing where it's so bad.
Like hate watching it almost?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's like Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
Like we're turning Monday Night Football into Skip Bayless, where it's just like, did you win your tennis match?
No. The Young Boys just scored. There's an actual team in the Champions League called the Young Boys, and we bet on them.
Great jerseys too.
Great jerseys.
Yeah.
They
My
can't.
bad.
They have no. It's okay. They have to though. They literally have to fix that, don't they? It's so bad.
I
So
can't.
bad.
I just feel like if
It's what mine-
if people are still watching it, then they have no reason to, or they, in their eyes, they have no
Correct.
reason to change it.
So remember, I worked for Intel for 5 hours.
Yeah.
The NFL Films had to give Intel the okay or not okay to broadcast the NFL in the fashion that they were thinking of doing it. Like the NFL Films is the hierarchy of the game, right?
Right.
And if they don't respect the way you're broadcasting the game, I think they can hammer down and be like, this is not how we think our game should be broadcasted. That's why a lot of Twitter accounts were getting suspended, because the NFL is like, we don't want this to be how our game is displayed. I wonder if the NFL Films are going to be like, yo, ESPN, these dudes are terrible, and this is not how we want our game to be displayed. That's the only way I think it could probably change, right?
People are making drinking games out of him and shit. Like
It's like a
it's got to
joke.
be embarrassing.
It's Monday Night Football too.
Yeah.
This is the Monday Night Football is a big
the
deal.
Mecca.
It's a
Yeah.
big deal, and it's just becoming a complete joke.
And I feel bad because I was like a fan of him as a player.
Yes, not
Big-
everybody's supposed to be on a mic though.
No,
Right.
that's the thing.
By the way, you make me play-by-play and bring in Randy Moss as the color. I think we have probably the most. Yeah, we probably have the most elite booth
Let's go.
in the history of sports. Just for future. I'm gonna go kiss all the fucking rings I got to kiss at the broadcast boot camp. I'm gonna save the NFL. I think I got to go kiss these rings though, and I'm not happy about it. But I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna pitch hard for me and Randy Moss in a booth
Nice.
together. I couldn't even fathom.
He would love it too because he's ready. He's ready to be showcased in the way he should be.
Well, and
showcased.
I would be a play-by-play guy, right? Most play-by-play guys don't play the game; they're hosts, right? So they haven't never played the game. I am a host naturally
Right.
that played the game, so I could set people up for things that I don't think regular play-by-play people could do.
Right.
And also, I bring the juice. And if I know Randy Moss is sitting right next to me in a hilarious fashion, I think I could do
Raises
it.
his level.
So I'm going to put that out in the universe. That is going to happen. I got to go fucking kiss rings to make this happen, and I'll do it. I will save primetime football.
Can't wait for it.
I will save primetime football.
Can't wait for it.
Cannot wait.
Me and Randy Moss. by the way.
Also, Swag Kelly was dressed as a cowboy,
Halloween, it'll get you.
and he was pushed out of the house with a plastic vacuum tube, like that you use to get the high corners.
Good out.
Yep.
That's weird because that's sucking.
He had he had jeans, long sleeve shirt with a brown vest and a red scarf around his neck.
He had a night, bro.
He was trick or treating.
If it was a shop vac, you could reverse that.
He was Woody
Yeah,
from
it
Toy
was-
Story.
He was just out there having a good time.
Just sitting in that jail cell. I was wearing some inmate's clothes. He's wearing the Woody outfit. What have I done with myself?
Ty Schmidt.
So I was just curious what happens in the aftermath of when people are at like those parties and the fucking floor just falls through. And all those doofuses are like laying down at the bottom. Like what that house needs to be fixed after that. Like you never see anything. Like how can college kids afford that?
I had it once. My very first party. My junior year was the first time I didn't live in the dorms. Very first party, we had a drop ceiling just like this. And the drop ceiling fell on everyone in the party. Obviously, it doesn't hurt, but it was very, very dirty. And I had to Google and by myself how to put up a drop ceiling in my basement. So that's what had to happen in my scenario.
See, and I feel like that's. I mean,
But a
that
whole- but a
sucks.
whole-
Obviously,
but a whole floor.
Yeah, like when you see like an actual floor, like the first level of this house, just collapsing and caving in. Like, what happens after that?
You don't get your
pay a lot
security
of money.
deposit back.
You definitely don't.
No shit.
The houses in Morgantown are the worst houses on earth.
The one our friend Schmeck lived in, it had to be condemned after that because it was.
There was an entire area of Morgantown that all the houses got condemned. They were bad houses.
It was leaning the entire time we were in there.
Yep.
Like, I was
but I
waiting for
don't
it to
think they
fall.
care because it's college students.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I always felt like
assume
that was
that's
just
what
a
it
good
is.
way to make a fuck ton of money. Was to old some fucking fucked up house near a college campus, just rent it out to each kid for an outrageous amount of money. Like some of those have 4 kids in them, and they're each paying like $800 a piece.
Oh yeah, those apartment complexes are the biggest scams on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
It's a good business to get into.
Yeah.
Great business.
And they don't give a
ripping
fuck
people
about
off.
the house.
Well, because the housing, if you in comparison to what you're paying for the schooling, it's like, oh yeah, that's just a part of it. Yeah. I go $75,000 in debt. That's what happens. Yeah, that's how it works. It's like, it's such a bad situation. Bad situation.
Nice.
Bad.
Plasticana.
Mine also was Monday Night Football. They've turned every Monday Night Football game into the worst Super Bowl of all time, and it's only getting worse week by week. Because at halftime, I don't know if you guys have seen the Genesis halftime show, but it's just a fucking music video.
The one was garbage.
And it's terrible.
It was actually garbage.
It was so bad.
There's no self-awareness for Monday Night Football putting on garbage, like as the musician, when their show is garbage.
Just how do you not have anybody, except for Jason Witten, probably, just up there talking about football and what's actually going to happen?
So at one point last night, I was doing some work around the house, but also watching the game.
Such an adult.
And I heard out of the corner of my ear Spice Adams come on. Did they do like a live commercial during it? But I couldn't see the TV. Did anyone else see that?
Yeah, it was a commercial.
Spot for Old Spice?
Yeah. For a promotion they're running where it was like a game show type situation where this woman,
like foam something?
Yeah, where Spice was hosting the show and he's like, "What are your thoughts on winning this?" And then she went into a full sentence about an ad read. She's like, "Oh, I love the rinse and lather."
And then
But it was like a fake show, right?
Yeah.
And I
think you could watch the whole show on YouTube, so it's not a whole TV show.
Yeah,
It's
they
like-
did. They go to YouTube. And I went to the TV and I couldn't see it in time. And I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I'm like,
I was
Good
like,
for
man,
Spice, though.
yeah, but they put him in a bad spot.
Anthony
Oh, it looked bad?
They cut it badly.
It was from the hearing it was.
It's
very
just like
weird.
you know how good Spice is. They didn't.
By the way, I
They
reached
could
out
have
to
made him look
Spice
a lot
last
better.
week. No response.
It's getting big time. It's on Monday
Delivered
Night
too,
Football.
and seen. The message was delivered and seen. No response.
Not afraid to have the read receipt on.
Spicy Spice.
Well, it was in a DMs, Instagram DM. It said seen, and I was like, no response. And the next day, I was like, oh, he must not. And I saw it, and it said seen. And I was like,
It's getting big time. That's what happens.
that's what I said. Old Spike. He must have just forgot.
Yeah,
That must
he's a
have-
very nice.
yeah, he
guy.
must
He's like,
have-
"Oh, I'm going to text Pat back as soon as I land or something," and then or he's like, "I don't know. I'm on Monday Night Football now."
Here's my vitamin thought. Sam
Your lady?
has pulled out all the stops.
Oh
boy.
The other day, she started telling me and informing me that she would be a tax break if we got married. So now she is going with the financial angle on why we should be married. So you could write me off, she said. You could do this. It would also help you financially if we were to get married instead of what we're currently at. So it's literally all the angles are coming at me now. I got my mom. I got her parents. I got the world. I had Ann at the Lucas Oil Stadium. This lady comes running out of an elevator.
That was a plan.
Starts screaming at me to get married. And now Sam is going into my pocketbook, basically.
I got to respect that move because one of the people that you trust most in your life that you're going to call is Phil. When you think about whether you should get married or not, and he's going to be like, she's got a really good point.
Yeah, you can. It
Taxes
is a dependent.
are a big deal.
Yeah, we can. You know those animals she buys. We could. That could be a thing that we. So yeah, it's as soon as she said it, I didn't even respond. I just went to my notes section. It was like Sam has now. Hilarious.
Hey, good luck.
I respect that move.
It's all over. Man. It's over.
My vitamin thought is I wonder how much penis scouts for dildo companies make. Like, how much does that job pay? Because there's a person, obviously, who has to sort through all the dick pic headshots that the penis models send to have their dicks used to make molds. So I just wondered, like, what's that job pay? Is it full time? Is it part time? 40 grand a year, 60 grand a year. That's the documentary I want to make. I want to call it Somebody Has to Do This Job. And it's all these jobs
Dirty
you never
jobs.
thought about existed, like the fucking penis scout lady.
I think it's an hourly
Or maybe
wage.
it's a guy.
Yeah.
No, it's
Could
just
be
more,
an internship
it's
position.
more
Could be an
fucked up
internship,
with
yeah.
the wage gap because women have to do this on the internet every single day and they don't get paid for it.
Yeah.
True.
Somebody has to sort through pick the right
You're right.
penises to make
1000%
molds
right.
for all the dildos. Who's that person?
You-
What's
you-
their life
You think
like?
they mold all the dildos after actual penises?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't think they just make them?
No.
I
All
mean,
from a mold.
just
I
like
thought you used Peter North's.
yeah, I always thought like just like fleshlights are molded off of female porn stars.
Uh-huh.
I always thought the dildos were molded off of male porn stars.
Yeah. Who's getting Does the penis guy get royalties?
Probably Johnny Sins, if I had to guess.
Or is it a one-time fee? $800 show up? I don't know.
You guys,
Figure
your
that out.
porn knowledge is absurd. I would like that to be
Only
known.
the greats. Only the greats.
All right. That's it for us. Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure you go to patmcafeeshow.com. Long sleeves and hoodies are now in all the popular type of shirts that are on the site, so check those out. Black Friday, by the way.
Big
Can't
one.
wait for that. That's going to blow your fucking mind.
We got a jacket. We got a jacket coming out. That
Yeah.
is,
There's a whole line.
A lot of ugly sweaters that are dope.
It's going to blow your
I'm very excited for Black Friday now that I think.
I
I
am very
haven't really
excited.
thought. This is one of those things. This is one of those things, just like the grandpa thing.
Oh, yeah.
Black Friday is going to be a gigantic day for us.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even thought about it.
It's like a month away.
People are they're gonna be like, you know what? They did it. We didn't know when they separated, was this really gonna happen or not? Black Friday hits, that store's fucking legit.
We're pulling it off.
Go.
Oh, I like what you just did right there. I like what you just did right
Check it out and go to Pat's Twitter feed and check out the old man video where he raised $70,000 for cancer research to battle cancer, dressed as an 80-year-old man, and nobody knew it, including Dave Portnoy, as you heard earlier. Nobody knew until the moment he took that shit off. And it
Just
was
realized
fucking
you were that
fabulous.
old man.
So good. And 2 weeks from now, November 2nd, 3rd, I'll be in Indianapolis at Joker's Live.
Let's go.
Tickets for that at
Are you really?
toddcomedy.com.
When is it?
November 2nd through the 3rd.
Where
Am I in town then? Fox, am I in
Joker's
town? then?
Live.
If I'm in town, I'm coming.
Can I go,
We're
Todd?
gone the 31st. I think we'll be back by then.
I'm
Nice.
coming.
You going to do a little time?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. All right. There we go.
Maybe I
Just
will.
stay tuned and see.
Yeah, but
Could
November
happen.
2nd and 3rd?
November 2nd, 3rd. Right here. Right there, right around the corner.
Good for you.
We'll be there. Come see us.
Who's opening for you? Do you know yet?
Jeff Oskar.
Scene Funnier.
Yeah. At Scene Funnier.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's like a homeless man.
Yeah. That's how the guy brought him up on stage. At this last Saturday, he's like, the guy walking in the corner now that looks homeless, Jeff Oskar.
All right, awesome. I can't wait to see that. I haven't seen you do stand up in a while. I can't wait to go watch.
All right. I got some new shit we're working on. Come see it. And thank you, everybody. If you're on YouTube, you're done right now. If you're not, Toby Keith with I'll Never Smoke Weed with Willie Again. My favorite bus song of him.